I started.
God damn it! I wasn't fucking watching. Fucking woman.
There's only the spicy soups left, and my tongue's not used to it.
What's wrong with your tongue?
It gets caught up on the spice.
No. Can you hear me just fine? I forgot my fucking headset.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Alright, cool. I just grabbed a pair of earphones that have a mic with it.
I started up so we could just like wait pre-show until Fred gets here.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the Zheroes podcast. We're on episode 20, right?
Oh yeah, 20. I need to update that actually. Oh,
20? Oh my lord.
Oh.
That's a lot. The 20 episodes, we're one more episode and then we could finally like drink, right?
Yeah. We're legal. Well, we were
Legally
legal,
drink.
Legally.
Yeah, when we were only on episode 15, we were smuggling alcohol.
It was pretty close for a while. I put the two side-by-sides in the slideshow too, so it'll pass by. Or maybe I could just make it the one image for this episode and then people can let us know in the comments. Slideshow. Alright, so a little backstory on this. Aaron has been wanting to do a sort of mascot for the channel, and he has two designs that he put up, and a lot of people have been voting on it. So I'll put that up on screen.
If you want, it is up on Facebook. If you look us up on our page, just look up Zheroes, and our icon will be the same icon except it'll be black. So that's all y'all really have to look for. It's also on Twitter at Zheroes17, and it was on Instagram, but it's already down.
Yeah, I saw that you could have saved it on your profile Instagram story highlights.
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
It's on the highlights already. Why though?
Why though?
No, I'm watching the episode right now. Sorry, John. It's Fred's fault.
Hi, man. What'd I do?
God damn it, Fred, you asshole.
What'd I do this time?
I was supposed to watch the episode already and be ready for the podcast, but I'm not.
I'm still watching the episode too.
You guys are
But now, I mean, you have to watch the episode. We're already live. I hope you know there, white boy.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. We're live.
Yes. So I guess this is a live reaction.
Yeah, live
Yes,
reaction.
live
of us
reaction.
watching the video.
Aaron, how many minutes are you in?
I'm 15.
Oh, I'm only at 8.
Oh, I guess we can start with Fred.
Why did that guy who did the blue fire, the guy that did the blue fire, I have the volume turned off. I feel like he's supposed to be the Deadpool of the. He totally is the Deadpool of this series.
He seems pretty stoic. Like emotionless, kind of.
I mean,
the guy that made the fire, Gabby, because Gabby is the one that made the fires. If you're talking about the other guy, the Duple or whatever his name is, then like he's silly. I could see him as a Deadpool, but
the guy that threw the middle finger.
I think he makes duplicates.
So I kind of fell in love with one of the chicks from Class 1B.
Yeah.
Not Debbie. Fuck, that's the guy that set the fire. Not him. He's not that cute. Fucking Kendo from Class 1B.
Yeah.
The chick with the big hands.
The orange hair, Misty.
Yeah. I don't know why, but she kind of like stood out to me.
Yeah. Yeah, she's pretty great.
Like, I was looking up references to trying to draw the character that we're our mascot that we're gonna be designing, and I was trying to look up some of the characters, and I'm just like, I don't know why. I saw her and I was like,
She's a pretty nice
she's kind of
design.
cute. She's kind of cute. I don't know why. But yeah, I've been busting my ass trying to get that poll shared everywhere as much as possible. I applied on so many like fan pages and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I had to apply. There was something I had to apply to. It was like I had to answer questions and whatnot. I had to get approved. Ooh.
Yeah, I've been liking the design. And just
Why
the
don't
fact
they
that
just
so
tell
many people have
Code
been
to
interacting with the polls.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like from this morning when you posted it to now, last time I checked, it was already getting to like 620
Oh yeah,
on
I'm
Facebook.
seeing 690.
Or almost towards 700.
Yeah.
And it's only its second day being up. Or yeah.
That's crazy.
So I'm hoping it builds up and people see it. If you want, go on Facebook, type in Zheroes. It's a page. It's just normal Z with the Heroes, in front of it, or Heroes with a Z in front of it. And go on there and vote if y'all are interested in trying to, be a part of everything. My eyes are all itchy.
Yeah. Some of the stuff that happened today is mini-con, comic book
There
day.
you go, mini-con.
So I was there for a small amount of time, and I don't know. I don't want to complain, but it was like a lot of not good stuff happened. Like I'm not gonna complain about it, but it's just like we left early.
What do you mean you left early? Like what time?
I don't know. It was probably like 1, maybe 2.
You left at 1?
Yeah.
What happened?
The power kept going out. It was like the 3rd time we had lost power to the computer. And like that's really bad for the computer. And like we did have a surge protector, but we didn't want to chance it. And the fact that it was so much downtime, like we can't do what we do without power. So, we just, me and a couple of other teams just decided that we were gonna just shut down for the day. Some people stayed. Some people had like their own laptops that they could keep the game running on, which was pretty cool. But we didn't have that. We relied on a desktop where if you lose power, it's dead. So, I don't think we were actually informed at the beginning of the day, or even before then, that we actually needed our own tables to bring our own tables and chairs. So there was a whole like hour and a half where we were trying to make sure we had a table and chairs. It's kind of like, why didn't we know? Why didn't no one tell us? So it's kind of a reason some people on my team are a bit peeved.
Why?
Because no one told us we were supposed to provide our own table and chairs.
That's kind of bullshit.
Yeah. If you let us know, fine, if it's something you gotta do, you gotta do, but at least let us know.
They didn't notify y'all about that, or what?
Well, I don't really get notified, but my friend Ryan, he's the one that gets the emails from the guy. And I guess he didn't see anything because he didn't tell me anything. It caught him by surprise, too. I had actually another team message me, and they didn't know either. And
That's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, so.
It was over at Mini-Con?
Yeah, Mini-Con. There was a lot of people, actually. It was great.
Man, it was over at the mall, right?
Yeah. There were so many people, I didn't really expect it compared to some of these other day cons that I see.
Well, John, you gotta remember, like, this is Mini-Con. This is like San Japan's event. Like,
Yeah.
And Japan is the one promoting this, so obviously there's gonna be a lot of people there.
Well, I guess that's one way to look at it. It's just like some people might see it as just what it is, like a one-day free con, and might say like, "Oh, that's not worth my time." But
yeah, that's true. But so why did you have to leave though? I mean, couldn't you have stayed and tried and joined the con, or?
Well, I still had final stuff to do. I actually finished studying and for one of my tests, and I actually didn't do too well on it, so I'm gonna have to study some more for the final exam.
I gotcha. Like, did you end up taking the bus home, or did Ryan take you? What happened?
Ryan took me. We went to one of my other teammates' house, Alex, and then we all just went and ate at the spaghetti warehouse. I didn't eat though. I just had water because I was full. I had a giant pizza.
Oh,
Alright,
nice.
so I just finished the episode.
I'm at the part where... Did that dude really just, like... His quirk is his teeth?
Yeah, it's a pretty weird quirk.
Yeah, I thought he was, I thought he was a cannibal.
Maybe. It's a possibility.
Oh yeah, that guy with the weird teeth. It's weird. I don't really focus on that for some reason.
Into the gas is another word. Run on toward the...
You suck, Fred.
I'm sorry. Why can't we have just started later? Like we usually do. But then again, it gets annoying having to start late, so...
Yeah, because then you were
Pretty
like,
much started at like 11.
I'm tired.
You didn't watch the episode. Just admit it.
Ooh, is there a ship about to happen? Oh.
Yeah, I think there's a ship about to happen.
Oh, it's some guy that's doing the... Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if I approve of him.
Right. Anyway,
I don't know. He's too much of a meathead, and my girl, if she's gonna be sent to someone, I choose someone better.
Wait, what? I mean, it's too quiet. So, I had fun at the mall.
Yeah, tell us about your time, Fred.
Yes, Fred, please indubitably do. If you have any news at all of which you would like to speak of, enlighten us of this.
Actually, I really don't. Like,
but I'm gonna slap you.
Tell us what you did. Tell us who you saw.
Okay, so... Alright,
you're just
so
trying to
John,
make me fucking kiss up to you. I will slap you.
John, so you remember when we went to Otaku Fair?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was talking to Dave. I was showing him the album, how it was a hard copy and everything. And I did that awkward interview with him. Yeah. And I was telling him, like, Dave, one day, I'm gonna be worthy enough to where I can perform it in Japan. Mm-hmm. And he was all like, well, other cons have been doing this thing called a live YouTube concert. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking doing this in Japan, like, would you like to be the opening act? I'll give you a code for a free pass and everything. I'm like, awesome, yeah. But it's like, I didn't think much of it just because it's like, like, this is me. I only have, like, so many followers. They could probably get a whole lot better opening act than me, whatever. Or not many better, but someone who at least has more followers and everything. And so, when I saw him at Minicon, I just asked him, hey, do you have any updates for me on the thing? And he's like, wait, well, no, I told you, that, how it's gonna go. We're gonna wait till closer to the con to promote, and I still gotta get more artists. But yeah, you're still my opening act. And I didn't know what to say. I mean, it just hit me so well, and it's like it didn't hit me until like I was actually leaving the mall. And then I'm thinking, like, that can't be real. Like, it can't be real. And then, like, I went to freaking Aaron's house, like, when I was down Uber, just because it's like, I can't take it. I need somebody to tell me what's going on or whatever. And I just told Aaron, and I couldn't even get it out. Like, I was laughing, I was crying, I was scared. My whole body was going numb. I can feel numbness in my teeth. But yeah, I'm performing as in Japan. Oh,
if anyone ever wanted to know what Fred sounded like having an orgasm, there you go. What you could do, guys, is you can edit that, and you basically have a Fred orgasm soundtrack. So if any of y'all want to make like video of Fred getting rammed up the butt, you have a soundtrack.
You have a lot of ammunition.
I'm on it.
There you go. There you go, Rico.
Whoa,
hey,
Rico's here?
Yeah.
It's a myth. It's the myth himself.
I'm the legend.
You are what?
I'm the legend that keeps coming back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes
It's the man that won't die.
Right?
I'm like Brock Lesnar with UFC.
It's
Yeah,
for some
but
reason
Brock
he's not
Lesnar's
allergic
not
to a
cool.
fucking green rock.
I mean, you're more like the voice of the voiceless.
Shut up, Fred.
You shut up.
Hey, so
Okay,
Rico,
fine,
I
bye.
sent you a okay. Hey, so Rico, hey, I sent you a fucking picture on fucking Discord. I don't know if you ever saw it,
Oh, I saw it.
but you never gave me an input, sir.
I don't have to.
Slut.
It should be self-explanatory. Dark-skinned anime girls are always number one.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah.
Got a comment on
Yeah, we
our
do.
Facebook page saying
Yeah.
light skin, blue hair.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yep.
But about 80% of reverts say dark skin.
Yeah.
Dude,
Let me
but
see.
like
I have the
dark-skinned
poll.
girls,
Fuck,
you can't
I'm
go
gonna
wrong.
pull it up right now. I'm gonna go. And it's only been like I'm surprised the amount of feedback we've gotten because I've done polls before in the past with other bullshit.
Yeah, I haven't done it with anime girls.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? John made that comment earlier when I was showing him the numbers, and he was just like, "Well, I guess we know what they respond to now." I was like, "Yeah, I guess we do." It's fucking nasty ass perverts out there.
Any anime that has a dark-skinned girl in it is always the best girl in that anime.
No, I don't think so. I'm racist.
I'm
Bet.
change Rico's mind.
Examples.
You can't.
Now.
So what is it? This morning when John sent me a screenshot, it only had around 38 views on Facebook at around 10 o'clock this morning. And then as we speak right now, it has at 697 with like 86 votes. I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, it's a quite.
That's hot.
Feat.
I wish the fucking YouTube videos would get that many views and that fucking in that span of a time.
We need a video.
What we need is this is why I'm making her. She'll bring us the attention. I think this is what we need.
What we need is more dark-skinned anime girls.
Yes,
Rico,
thank you.
no.
You know what's my favorite?
We don't need that equal
Dark
opportunity stuff.
My favorite dark-skinned anime girls are the ones that they're just tan and they have tan lines. Those are my favorite.
Oh yeah.
You know, especially in the hentais. You know.
Oh Lord, no.
Oh, Aaron, there's this great series.
Okay.
It's called Ura something. I can't remember, but just a guy stuck on an island. I think I told you about this. It's like imagine John, all right, but really
like where
fat.
this is going.
I like
really
how his
fat
first thing is imagine John
and really ugly.
Oh, I can't imagine John ugly.
Please,
if we didn't have,
just continue.
But like it's great because they recently released a subbed version, right? So the dialogue is great because let's see, I wrote it down here. Let's see, adjust my glasses. So one of the quotes. Okay, so the gimmick is that there's a disease on this island that affects all the girls, and there's no cure for it. But you could pretty pretty much you're slowly dying, but not die as long as you keep drinking semen.
Wow.
All right. But it doesn't matter how much you drink. It's just gonna postpone the inevitable death. So there's no cure. And they're stuck on an island with this really fat guy that's ugly, but not like ugly bastard ugly. Just more like you could clearly tell because they're all no one really talked to him. He was kind of like a loner. Kind of like John, but no, I'm kidding. And so
John do?
the doctor is telling him, "Hey, you gotta drink his semen, right?" And so the first girl that does it is Loli, and it's great. The point is,
Okay, you can stop.
she's on it, she's working, it
God.
comes out right. But this is one of those hentais where like apparently balls can contain just like buckets upon buckets, right?
Jesus.
She spits it all up, and it's like this big ass puddle, and he just like looks the other way, like, "Oh, I guess my milk isn't worthy enough for you." Why? And she's like, "No, please, I don't want to die." And he's like, "I mean, I don't know. You just wasted it. Why should I? I don't think I could make it anymore." And it's just like, I'm like, wow, this guy's taking advantage of the situation, and eventually he breaks all the girls to where they get into it, and it's great. You should watch it.
I'll take a ponder
10 out
at
of
it.
10. 10 out of 10.
I'll mosey and stroll on by that.
And
We'll see what
imagine
happens.
John. But
I've
fat.
always wanted to watch my own John porno. I just never knew.
Yeah, I'll make it. I'll make
Well, at
John a
least-
porn star. That happen.
At least if we know that the fans respond to the hot, sexy things. If we have that, I'm pretty sure we'll get all of these. John just has to make a sacrifice.
I'll think about it.
And you should release one dirty video, John, and we'll have all the views. We'll have all the subscribers.
Yeah.
Here's what we're gonna do.
You should be like, this is prime content if you end up
All right.
subscribing to our Patreon right here.
Yeah, but we get a Patreon. We'll have Aaron draw hentais.
No.
They'll
I
they'll be really poorly animated, but they'll be hentais. They'll be like 3 frames.
3 frames a second. You have the crappy ass audio. You get that off some random website.
They're reminding me of old hentais that you could only watch back in like the early 2000s, where they all look like shit, but there was nothing else good, so you had no choice
They were
but to
using
like
a
suck it up.
rotoscope and shit.
And now hentais look better than some animes, and you're like, wow.
I wonder how they would like masturbate in the olden days with early animation, like trying to do a flip book.
Yeah, they were just getting the technology closer and closer.
It'd be like, well, if I draw one person in different frames and on different pieces of paper, and then skim through that piece of paper, I've animated something first. Fucking hentai was on that. That'd be amazing. I would love to see that one.
Hentais can end wars, you know?
They could.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like,
I feel like with Rico, instead of us getting sponsored by fucking like, oh,
Loot
here,
Crate.
Blue Apron, Loot Crate, Crackle, fucking no. Hentai Heaven's gonna call us. Hey, you want to sponsor us today? Give us a shout out.
I do it. I wear a Hentai Haven shirt in public, you know?
I
You're gonna see another guy and be like, oh yeah.
Hey,
Dude,
it's an icebreaker.
it would be. Be like, what is that, good sir? Look it up.
You know, no bullshit. I want the Ahagyo jacket, the one that has like it's real. I've seen people wear it, not in person, but like in pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a jacket with nothing but girls making the sex face like all over it, and I want one.
I
I want
know you do. You know what? I kind of want one too, but
They got,
I
like-
kind of don't want one.
The heart peoples, and it's great. It's black and white. Right?
Yeah. I want the one in
And
color.
another thing I want
Do something different.
is I want to wear a virgin killing sweater just for John.
Just
What sweater?
a virgin killer sweater.
My offer still stands, John. If you can find that for me,
we should
I'll wear
record
it.
that. We should record that interaction, and it has to be a lap dance.
I'm still down as a cosplay as Sailor Mars at a convention if I get the chance to. I ain't even gonna shave the legs. You know, I'm gonna show them off.
Sailor Mars.
No, John's more like a Mercury, honestly.
He's talking about himself, Fred.
He's talking about what?
Never mind, I was slappy.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Sailor Scouts.
I mean,
I'm saying I'm gonna cosplay as Sailor Mars. You retard.
Oh, I thought you were talking about John as Sailor Mars.
No, I said him. I said he was talking about himself.
Feeling powerful.
And I'll wear really tight panties so that when my skirt flutters in the air, you'll just see that bulge and you'll be like, oh!
I won't be there.
No, you're going to be the guy recording.
Wow.
Yeah, John, you need to record.
For the channel!
For the channel, John. For the channel.
It's going to be for my panel appearance when we get a panel.
Yeah, so, what is it? Right now, on Facebook, there's the poll to figure out which will the mascot look like, and whichever one, it's gonna be she's gonna be our poster girl. She's gonna kind of like
why can't I be the poster?
Because we want someone pretty to be the poster girl.
I'm pretty.
I mean, you're pretty, like prison pretty, like I kind of kiss you in the mouth kind of pretty.
You got to put your tongue.
But yeah, and what I would like to do later on is I would like to have it to where she's kind of animated, to where, let's say, she's like sitting down and it looks like her feet are hanging off a ledge or something, and she's like kicking her feet back and forth or something like that, and we could put it on the kind of like, instead of just seeing the scrolling like pictures, you're gonna have her, and she's something to look at and something that will like give attention. And I think people will like it. We can get fan art from it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die.
It gives fans and everyone else out there a chance to interact with us. So I think it's kind of cool.
Connect. Talk to people.
I'm all about connecting. Yeah, of course.
Now I'm about connecting too. Connecting my body to another person's body.
Through surgery?
John, look at my search history. You'll be proud of it.
No.
Yeah?
It's been a long time.
So, John, you know, share with the class, you know, what you learned this week.
John learned something? What did John learn?
I don't know. You learn something new every day. So, you know, I want to see what John's learned.
You said this week.
There's 80 types of plants that I learned about.
Stupid. Aaron, your
turn. What did I learn this week? I learned what smegma was.
That's genius. Fred, it's your turn. Moving on.
Whoa, John.
I learned about the 2006 Ford Falcon.
Guess what?
What?
We are now at 714 views on the Facebook post. I am keeping up on it, and it's good.
Nice.
700, dude. I didn't think, like, I was happy with getting to 600, but like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
I feel so happy.
Well, I'll tell you guys what I learned. I learned that, believe it or not, if you focus really, really hard, pee is stored in the balls.
Oh. Like a 4 month? No, 8 month.
I just had to channel my inner Fred.
To what?
Channel my inner Fred, you know, bringing up dead memes that are like 8 months old.
Leave him alone. He doesn't know better.
He doesn't.
Don't you mean 3? I mean, that mean 3 years? No, 4 years. I'm like the John Cena meme with 2014.
Fred.
Fred, you're just beating yourself into the ground with that information.
No, I'm just trying to tell Rico to, like, my memes are way older than 8 months, for your information. So, yeah, I'm way older than that.
Yes, I'm not bad. I'm that bad. Basically what I heard.
Yes, Rico?
I hate you.
I love you too, Rico.
Don't miss me with that gay shit.
So when I was looking up like different
I
pages
saw
on
the
Facebook.
humor in that. I just chose not to laugh and leave it
What happened?
hanging. No, that Rico's saying, "Miss me with that gay shit," and I could see the humor in that. I could see where he was going with that. But I chose not to laugh.
Shut up, John.
This is because Fred doesn't pander to the gay audience? Is that what you're talking about?
He panders to the Garlic Jr. audience.
No, it's bad.
You know what else is bad?
What?
That feeling you get where Fred keeps talking and you're trying not to hit him because you know he doesn't. You know he means well, but then that part of you that's just like, but I still want to hit him is still there.
Yeah. You know what's
and you just
so
gotta fight that.
Is that connect with you on that feeling?
I feel like I'm just gonna like lose my shit one day, like go into like a rage, like Aaron in Attack on Titan, just like ah.
You're gonna turn into a monster screaming. Hey John, do you have the little like collage of images going through right now?
Yeah, right now I just have your one image since it's like central to today. The side by side.
I didn't know if you had the girl up there.
Yeah, whatever.
I think we need a name. She's meant to be a hero of this channel, therefore I feel like she needs a name. I was thinking something simple. My girlfriend said no. But
what was the name you came up with?
No to giving her a name or no to something simple?
Something simple. I was just like Zero.
It's like, don't give her a name, you'll get attached.
Yes, that's fine.
Right?
Or what about hero?
I was just like,
which is like a feminine way of saying it.
No,
that's stupid.
Why would you need a feminine way? Her name would just be Zero. Because that's our name.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
it's too close to 0 too. We need a little bit more thought.
Yes! Oh, thank you, John. Yes.
No, shut up, Fred. You just didn't like my idea. Fuck off.
No, I liked your idea. It's just that John had a better idea.
No,
John didn't have a better idea. Just an idea that sounded better to me. It probably would probably.
Fred, you didn't listen.
Fred, you weren't paying attention. You dumbass.
Oh,
I said it's too close to 0 too. You should think about that. We should think about not having it so close to 0.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. You like, let's not go that route. Let's go a better route.
Fred's little wiener got hard from the thought of 0 2, so he went off.
It's a little pico.
I can look at the results of the poll. We got 88 votes, and I'm like, look at the people that don't have good taste.
Aaron.
Right? Wait, what do you mean?
Aaron, side talk. Okay, guys, do you remember that hentai?
No. I don't.
No,
I don't.
This is breaking news. Okay? Do you remember that hentai, Aaron, that we were talking about that involved the theme park?
Yeah.
I'm reading this, and they're actually about to open the world's first erotic theme park.
Oh, are they really?
Like, and I'm looking at the rules, and really similar. Like, almost a little, except for the part of like, public sex, but the point is like there's rooms that you have easy access to, and I'm like, oh,
Isn't that
just gotta find out what country it's in.
Isn't that just like Sexpo? Because that's been a thing.
No, it's like a theme park. Like there's roller coasters.
I know, but like the premise is the same.
No,
It's just
it's not, you dummy. It says right here, world's first.
it's just a whole bunch of people in one
No,
place.
why don't you? All right, you know what? We're naming her Gratilda.
Gratilda. No, that's a
So,
terrible
that's my
name.
vote.
And John, what the fuck do you mean? Who has good taste? I will slap you. You miss me with that gay shit.
I can't even pitch, so how can I miss?
Who has good taste? Which one is better, Zon? Which one is better? I will slap you if you say the wrong one.
You can see my vote. You can see the.
I saw your vote, John. I'm gonna slap you next time I see you.
Why can't we just give her a name?
I know we do need a name.
Like, why does that have to be complicated? Why can't it?
I said Zero. That's fucking simple as possible.
No, but that's like not even a real name. Who names their kid Zero?
It's her. She's the hero. It's her hero name.
But that's silly.
I mean, you fucking have. Did you hear some of the fucking ones that they have in My Hero Academia?
Yes.
Yeah, but like they're Japanese, so they're dumb.
Yeah, they're all dumb.
How to name kids? They name them after plants and shit.
Yeah, that's what vegans are gonna do. They're stupid.
All right.
Hopefully Lex heard that. I am sorry, I didn't mean it. God.
Vegan make me sad.
Yeah, I get that too.
Because I would never want to limit myself. I want to eat everything.
No.
It's like I love vegetables, but I love my meats. I love my fish. I love my breads and cheese.
Breads, yeah. Milk.
Like
is
someone that goes vegan or something, I'm like, oh, I respect that, but like, I could never just look at a menu and tell myself I can't eat half of it.
I remember I saw a video on Facebook of like people like killing cows and whatnot over at a slaughterhouse, and of course it was like some vegetarian asshole. It was just like, would you do this to an animal to eat? I was just like, if I'm hungry enough, I'll go to a cow's throat and slit it myself and then drink the blood.
Hey, it's like, what's the argument? It's like you're supporting slaughtering cows. I'm like, well, I'm not killing the cow. I'm just using my money that pays someone to kill that cow, and then transfer that meat over there to on my plate. You know, I'd save money if I could just kill my own cow.
Yeah, right.
Get all the beef, you know.
For less the cost.
I ain't getting my hands dirty, but I am gonna eat this meat.
I'm pretty close. I've gotten pretty close. I mean, I used to work at a sausage packing company, and we made the sausage, and I worked in a kitchen where I was basically I was watching people grind up freaking pounds and pounds of meat, fucking dealt with bacon. There's just big like pig bellies all laid out, and I was putting hooks in them, and I was basically prepping them for people to eat.
It's great.
It was good. It was nice.
You know what's good meat?
What?
Deer meat.
Oh,
deer meat is great.
Yes. I had deer jerky.
Whatever that
means. I had a deer burger.
Yeah, no. That's a very weird name.
Yeah.
It's gamey. I don't know. Why is that a word? I mean,
we could be like super generic and name the mascot like fucking Sakura or something.
Yeah. Name our rival character Warrior.
Yeah. God damn it! I found out my fucking plan. Fred, stop with your fake ass laugh. I'm gonna slap you.
With my what?
Your fake ass laugh.
Okay.
It's not
here's
fake.
Here's a suggestion. Zera. Yeah. Zera.
But do you like the costume design, guys? I'm just curious.
I like it. I like the H.
Look at All Might.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the H's are logo. She's wearing our logo.
Well,
kind
like
of.
if you wanted to kind of like really be the H, the chevron would have been like lower, and I don't know if you were trying to avoid that.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid that. As sexy as that would have been, I'm like, you gotta fucking think of not too slutty, but just enough slutty. So that was difficult in itself. Like by the time I showed y'all the little pre-sketch with it like roughly colored in and sketched out, like it was just a little risque, maybe something around the hips. Someone will say something, and of course, John, you're like, "Oh, we might want to make her look a little less sexy." I'm just like, I'll try my best.
Why?
Because you're just gonna see cosplayers on the internet and never actually get to be next to them.
That's what you think. One day, I have a dream.
Wait,
I
John, what
want
do you mean cosplay?
maximum sexiness.
He's saying if our channel gets popular enough with the mascot and everything, that people may or may not to try and cosplay, that look. And said woman would not be around us, but I have a dream. If they look, if they'll wear that outfit, Lord, I pray.
Yeah.
And we'll add, as far as making it the lower part of the boob, maybe you can cover that up with like that. No, just make it more.
I've seen cosplays of Momo from My Hero.
Well, yeah, it's great.
Good stuff right there.
Yes. I just want to put my face in there and go.
You would be able to see that chevron part's like blocking all the good stuff.
Like I saw this Momo cosplayer like fucking on Twitter, and I follow her, and she's fucking she's so beautiful. But like Momo is just so beautiful, But then you have to remind yourself that Momo's 15, and then you're like, wait a minute, like I hate it. But
it's not our fault.
Why is every girl in My Hero best girl? Even like not even the students, like even like the other heroes, that are female. They're
like
great.
Kendo. I don't know.
Even the
here for that, Rico.
From season 2 from the Frog Girls internship, like even she was cute. Why are they so cute? How is this possible? That every girl, because look at this for example. Let's just say Naruto, right? There's plenty of cute girls, right? But there's some where if someone says, "Oh, that's my best girl," that you look at them like, really, But My Hero, it's like every time someone says, "Oh, that's my best girl," I'm like, "Oh yeah, I completely understand." It's never like, "How can you like her?"
Like I don't know why. When I was looking up, like I said, when I was looking up references for our character, I saw pictures of Kendo from Class 1B or 2B, whatever, and I was just like, she's kind of cute. I think she's so my best girlfriend.
She's so cute.
She's so cute. I was like, oh, she's cute.
So cute. And her hands, they're so cute.
They're so big.
I wanna hold her.
I want to
tell her that I want to put a
nice hands.
in her. But anyways, she's so cute.
She's so.
Freaking yeah, but anime girls are great. It's just.
I guess that's what people react to.
It's funny because I used to be like really into ecchi anime, and now I don't have anything against it. It's just I'm not into it as much as before. And when I look at girls from ecchi anime, I'm like, you're trying too hard. Like the only anime girls that I can even consider like being god tier are the ones that come from like things that aren't trying to be all sexual, like in your face about it, like My Hero. Because I'm like, oh, look at these girls that have self-respect. Like, they won't like give it away or nothing. Like, look at Ochiko. She's fucking adorable.
She's great.
I want to pinch her chubby cheeks. Yeah. And what I love about Momo is that she's not super thin, and it's okay.
Yeah, she's kind of thick. She's got some thickness to her.
Chubby. She got a little muffin top, a little one, a very little one, but it's there. But she needs it because her power requires calories. So there's even a reason why she has that appearance. And what I like about it, and I told John this once, as far as all the characters' design goes, Momo locative, right? But she's not doing it to be sexy. She's doing it for the convenience of her power. She's actually, very not slutty, She's very prim and proper, like she comes from elegant, great. But the only reason why she has her outfit like that is not to show off her boobs or nothing, but just because it's more convenient for her to make materials because her skin's exposed. I'm like, that's great. There's a reason. It's not like some shows where, here's the girl wearing pretty much a lingerie, but like even fucking Midnight, she wears that skin tights too, right? And it's great because for power, she needs it, and it needs to tear easily so she can release her, her
pheromones.
Go to sleep smoke, and it makes sense. I mean, yes, she's obviously more sexual, but I'm saying like her outfit design serves a purpose. It's not just sexy for the sake of being sexy, and I like that. I appreciate that. They didn't even have to do that. They could have just been like any other anime of like, the girl's just wearing a sexy outfit because they want to be sexy. But no, it's like, there's a legitimate good reason. And it's great.
Yeah, ours has got a reason too.
It's not like Bleach where Yoruichi is naked all the time just because.
It's I don't like the fact that she kind of looks like Yoruichi when she has.
I wasn't the one that drew her.
John said purple hair, amber eyes. Then Fred said dark skin, so that's what I gave her.
But you can't do that.
That's why there's two different versions.
Give her black hair.
That's why I gave
eyes.
And purple what?
Eyes.
Purple eyes.
And make them heart pupils.
I'll be right back.
Are you very focused on? I think I know what you're trying to do here.
John,
leave that to the fan base. Leave that to the fan base after they see her and decide to get their own devices.
You gotta give her different outfits for the seasons.
I know. People are gonna want so much, but I'm down for it.
And for holidays too, like she has to wear a pumpkin dress
in a Santa Claus outfit. You gotta put her in a sexy Santa Claus outfit. Well, like what I wanted to do is I want to get her to be all animated on the screen when we're doing the podcast. What if they're gonna do? I'm gonna just draw her up a crap ton of times using a ton of pictures. I'm gonna basically animate it like that instead of because I don't have any animation software. I'm just gonna use pictures, and I'll make the background.
Next 420, next 420, have her smoking a fat ass blunt.
Nice.
It'd be great.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right? Even Fred agreed.
Well, it's like this. If we get sponsored by, one of these marijuana companies, then yeah. Oh, yeah. But, I don't
care about.
Who needs to be sponsored? I'm a non-profit organization, bitch.
So we grow natural.
Go big or go home.
But nah,
every video will be demonetized.
I would like to give her several different outfits for the season and stuff like that. I was already thinking about it, but I would like to get her animated. But the way I'm gonna do it's gonna be like so much of a pain in the ass.
Aaron, I don't feel so good.
Why? Oh, you shut up! No, don't bring that up. That hurts. Too soon. Man,
what happened?
People are already making fun of it on the internet.
It's
Like, it's such a meme right now, and I love it.
it's
I love people like coming up with their own renditions of that. And
Hey,
if
wait a
people
minute.
don't know, people don't know.
John took away my permission to send pictures to the group.
Yeah, he took that away a long ass time ago.
What?
Yeah, give it back to everyone else.
Give me my permission.
If you notice by your name, it'll say responsible people.
Oh, okay.
What?
Yeah. Responsible.
John, give me my pictures back. I was gonna send a meme.
Okay.
He's like, for this one meme, I'll allow it.
Let me see if I can send pictures.
You probably can.
I can't.
Really?
How come I can't?
Because
then it's not.
your friend.
Oh, mine's fixed.
Why, Rico?
Rico, did I send you the finished ones, or did I send you the not finished ones?
Oh.
Okay, it should
I'm gonna
be
look
fixed.
right now because you're a slut. That's why. Oh, I sent you the non-finished ones. Let me send you the finished ones, good sir, so you can see.
The meme.
The memes are real.
My favorite one is the Steve Irwin one.
Let me see. Hold on. Sandman died before it was cool. Get it now. Steve. Steve Irwin. No. No, that's Steve Irwin.
Saturday doesn't fuck around.
The Fast and the Furious one ruined this meme for me.
Oh, shut up, Fred.
No, because
Yeah,
like
Fred.
that in. Anyway, yeah, that in credit scene from Furious 7, him like disintegrating, and Vin Diesel like purple. So
Yeah. You know what's the best part is that Paul Walker is actually disintegrating in the ground.
That's not dark.
Well, I mean, it had. Shoot, it had really been 6 years. Wow, no, 5 years. Wow.
There you go, Rico. I posted up the finished versions of our lovely.
Oh, she looks like
female.
Sarda.
Who?
Sarda from Boruto, like a grown-up version of her, on the right.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I just noticed that she kind of does.
That's what I was thinking.
I asked John. He was like amber eyes, and I was just like, okay. And then he was like purple hair. I was like, purple hair. What? So I made one with, and then one without purple hair. And then Fred said give her dark skin, and I made one with dark skin, and then the one without dark skin. That's how we ended up here.
She has really long arms.
Yeah, she is. A little bit.
Like I'm looking at her arms, and I'm imagining her just letting them on her side, and her tips could go towards her knees or lower.
Well, she has that shoulder dip down more, so that's probably.
I don't want her to wrap those arms around me.
And so she can give you a hand job from twice as far away.
No, I'd rather do it myself and save the money.
She's free of charge until we get more people alongside us, more subscribers. So get it while it's hot.
Can we make her boobs bigger?
Now I try to stay somewhat modest.
They're fine.
Can we make them bigger, but with the puffy nipple?
With the what?
With the puffy nipple. Pillow looking. You know what
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Dirty boy.
They look like boobs on top of boobs for how big they are.
Pretty much.
No.
What?
What happened?
No, they're perfect the way they are. Okay,
like I said, I'll leave all.
Something happened.
I'll leave. John, you cut out.
Okay. I don't know if I hit the volume button or something. It is bad.
I'll leave that to the people who decide to make fan art for us. They can do all that kind of stuff as long as they want.
What was that? I remember seeing that meme go around where it's just like anime creators be like, let's make a really good story, but have a girl in there with some real big tits, like some huge badonkers, some huge honkas. Like I'm talking real big. Like it just keeps going and going. I for one prefer flat chested anime girls.
What is that fucking thing? Flat is justice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sabrina had to tell me that. I felt bad.
Yeah. Flat's
Flat
great.
is justice. John, are you all about flat is justice?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, have you based his personality off of it?
Nah.
And John's a good boy.
I have nothing.
I'm the greatest boy.
John? What?
So I'm the greatest boy. The goodest boy.
He's the goodest of the boys.
Goddamn. I was gonna say, John, you know, what's your favorite kind of anime girl?
I don't know. Like a long time ago, I liked the standard Susendre girl. It was kind of tough, and I don't know if it's like stayed like that, but like I still like them. I just don't know if they're my favorite.
Oh, I know Fred's favorite.
I know what the difference. I forget the difference between Tsundere and Yusundere.
Tsundere is just like they're pretty defensive, and
Baka.
yeah, they call you Baka.
The idiot ones.
I don't like you or anything.
Yeah.
Stupid idiot, you fucking dumbass, the little penis no having ass. So, I don't fucking like you.
It's like you know, it's great. It's like a Tamari to Shikamaru, you know. It's like I don't like you or anything, but I'm gonna let you put a baby in me.
Right? Just like, yeah, it doesn't mean I like you at all. I just want to have a kid.
To this day, I really believe that Kishimoto just had no idea who the to, so he decided to give him to Ino. He's like, his thought process was more than likely Sai's ability to be in Boruto, so Sai needs to have a kid. Who the fuck do I give him to? I guess I'll give him to Ino, because there ain't no way they have like what's one.
Whoa,
you know?
wait, Sai had kids with Ino?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a son.
Great.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and he's more of an
That's so random.
You're random.
That's the most random relationship ever.
I know. And I'm telling you.
That's about as random as fucking Hermione getting with Ron. Just why?
Ron should have got it with Harry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And they put Choji with that with that black girl from the Cloud Village.
But that makes sense.
Wait, how?
Because they had chemistry.
Yeah.
Oh.
They actually shared
been a
screen
while.
time together.
It's been a while.
Look. When it came to making Boruto, like I said, Kishimoto thought about the kids he wants to be around Boruto, right? Like his class. And in his mind, he knew that he wanted a kid to have Sai's abilities because he probably really liked them. You know, the idea of just, you know, Pain coming to life, that sort of, you know. So to do that, he knew that Sai needs to have a kid. So he looked at all the people that he already paired up, and he looked at the people who were still single, and he's like, eeny, meeny, miny, you. Like, because I'm telling you, Sai's character, he shouldn't even have a kid because I don't even see Sai getting with someone.
Yeah,
even at the end of Shippuden, his character, and it's not like he has anything against dating, it's just he's so socially inept that he doesn't even know he barely knows how to make friends, much less a relationship. It probably wouldn't even be something he cared for.
Like, and Ino herself, like, what was she thinking about when she decided, yeah, Sai sounds good?
So I can't get Sasuke, so I'll get second best.
That's not even second. That's like fourth.
No, it's second for
Okay,
them.
like who could?
Because every time Sai was introduced, all they kept saying was he's like Sasuke.
Okay,
Yeah.
quick question. Besides, who else could they have paired him up with?
No one.
No one, because he wouldn't. His character, he wouldn't be paired up with anyone.
Then why did you say it seems like they just went any, meeny, miny, you? Like,
What the?
That's what it seems like they did.
That's what it is.
But they
paired him
only
up with
have
Ino.
one choice. How are they gonna say eeny, meeny, miny, you when they only have one
Fred,
choice?
Fred, you dumbass. We're saying that they shouldn't have given him. They shouldn't have given him a kid to begin with. There should have been no one.
Right.
That's not his
They
character.
only gave him a kid because they wanted a character with his abilities, and the only way to make that happen is if he had a kid. And
I think it's dumb.
Because Sai's relationship is the most biggest outlier out of all of them. Like Rock Lee and Tenten having a kid, that makes sense. Shikamaru and Tamari, that makes sense. Like you can see it. And they wanted a kid to have Orochimaru's abilities, and it's Orochimaru we're talking about. So he was made in a test tube, essentially. That makes sense because that's how Orochimaru would have a kid. With some sort of experiment. That makes sense. Sai doesn't make sense. It's another reason why I don't like Boruto, because it just seems like when they don't have an idea, they just force it, And it's just weird. Another thing against Sai, he's a great character. I didn't mind him. It's just with the way his character is, I don't really see him caring for a relationship. I just see him like, well, I'm just gonna go do missions now. Like even at the end of Shippuden, he still was super awkward and he didn't really know how to do shit. That was like the ongoing gag was that he would try to give compliments, but he sucked at it, so they came out as insults. But he didn't mean it.
I like the part that he said Naruto had no balls, and then he saw him naked, and then he's like, "Oh, I guess you do have some balls." I was just like, "Ha!" He gave him the clap.
Bitch.
I was like, that's fucked up. How could you do a man nigga like that?
To be honest, the biggest slap in the face was that Ino didn't get with Choji. That's what
that's the fucked up part.
That's what it should have been. Right?
Yeah.
And why is it that $5 tells me that Kishimoto probably wanted Ino to get with Choji, but he ran out of females in the Leaf Village to pair with Sai, and he decided I'd rather have a Sai kid than an actual ship that makes sense. So fuck it. Ino's getting with fucking Sai, and Choji's getting with someone that doesn't even live in the same village because whatever. Don, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it would have been good, a good pairing for to be with Choji.
There was build up
to
it. Well, not like build up,
but
but
girl comes out of nowhere.
Like there was.
Like she was literally introduced in the Great Ninja War, or like right before it.
Yeah, and like there was Ino and Choji moments. Like even like what was it after the what was it when he came back from the Sasuke mission and stuff, and she was telling him like, hey, you look pretty cute when you lost all that weight, stuff like that, and how they were always like she was always rooting for him, and it's like it would have made sense. More sense than Sai, who the only interactions that her and Sai ever had was Sai insulting her and her getting mad. And then it's like, oh, here's my kid. I'm putting it in you. Open wide.
I wonder what kind of sex that was like.
He
Sai,
probably didn't even know.
Straight face.
Straight face the whole time.
She did mind transfer jutsu and raped
about
herself.
this in a book.
I don't know, guys. I actually gotta go.
No way, Fred. You gotta stay.
Yeah.
Where are you going, Fred?
I gotta get up early.
Oh?
We do this all the time.
I gotta get up at 6 in the morning.
I don't gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm not a productive member.
Fred, you ain't going nowhere.
Guys, I really need to. So, yeah,
Why?
peace out, guys. I got bills I gotta pay, and I haven't made all the money yet.
Oh. Stole drugs?
Yeah.
How?
So
who buys drugs?
let's talk about My Hero Academia now.
Why?
Oh yeah, Fred, let's talk about My Hero real quick.
Okay.
He can't even.
I'm trying to remember it. I was just reading the subtitles. I wasn't really watching it.
Jesus boy, I'm gonna slap you.
What?
Fred, say that again.
I was just reading the subtitles. I wasn't really watching what was going on.
What, are you like
Why don't you
tunnel
watch it in
vision?
English if you can't read the subtitles?
No, cause it's like I was trying to like watch that and like do the podcast at the same time.
I did it.
And
So Johnny kind of talking to himself.
You know what makes me upset is that I know Fred doesn't even pay to watch his anime.
doesn't even
Even though he can easily afford to.
He's a pirate.
He's a fucking pirate. How can you claim to love something when you steal from it?
Well, I mean, just to be clear, and I say this,
Verve is only.
let me just be clear about something. If somebody finds a way to download my music for free, like illegally,
Okay,
or whatever,
well, Fred,
I'm totally fine with that.
To assume that your feelings should be the same as everyone else's. So you're saying that everyone should think like you? That's how big your ego is?
I'm not saying
because you're
should
okay with
like
it. Everyone's okay with it. Is that what you're telling me? Because you're okay with people stealing your shit, it's okay for you to steal other people's shit? Because it only matters if it's okay for you?
I mean, I'm just saying, I mean...
Fucking social
Are you
justice
fucking
warrior.
Kanye West? Is that how big your fucking ego is?
You would be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Fred said, like, try to run for president.
Aaron, you're surprised if I did what?
If you try running for president?
If you love something...
No, I couldn't do... I couldn't know.
Love something... Don't steal from it.
You'd be surprised.
Don't steal from it, Fred. If you love something, don't steal from it.
I mean, you could say that. I love my mom, but I steal her snacks and her candy that she hides from me.
Nathaniel
you can steal that.
Nathaniel Hawthorne once said, "Good artists borrow, great artists steal."
Yeah, you can't.
Oh yeah, well, you gonna fucking pay my bills? Then why the fuck should I care what he says? Fred, you make twice as much money as me, and yet I still pay for Crunchyroll and Funimation. Why? Because I support the anime industry. You know, when I buy merch, I buy from the retailer. When I bought my JoJo anime, I bought it from VizMedia.com. You know, when I buy the few anime shirts I have, I got them from the Funimation store. If you like something, you should support it. I like you. I bought your album. I could have easily just taken John's album and ripped it onto my hard drive, and I know you wouldn't have cared less, but I supported it because I supported you, the starving artist.
Oh, I see what you mean now.
But you say because it's okay with you if people steal your shit, you don't care about. So you're assuming everyone has your mentality, and that's egotistical.
No, everyone doesn't. I'm just saying that's just how I see things.
That's the definition of egotistical.
John, is it?
I guess, yeah.
You're
just looking at everything from the way you see it and not even thinking about how the world sees it, I guess.
Yeah.
Because there's a difference between you're talking about someone's music, okay, and something that's worked on by a huge team of people. All right. Now, I'm not saying some artists don't have a team behind the camera or behind the scenes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
When you're a starting artist for anything, or you have a property, right? A manga, anime, whatever. What you want more than money is exposure. Because the more exposure you get, then you'll get the money, right? Look at John. John does a lot of his jobs for free in the beginning or super cheap because what he wants is exposure. Because the more exposure he gets, the more jobs he gets, and then he can get the money, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you're already a big name, you don't need the exposure. You just want the money to help make the things that you're doing better. You want to know why the anime industry took a big hit? Because of pirating. It's not the sole reason, but it was a big piece of the pie. And it's the reason why a lot of animes are dipping in quality, where you'll get that episode that doesn't look good. You know, you'll get that weird CG part for some reason, where there's a character that's CG. So Titan in season 2 of Attack on Titan. It was obviously noticeable, right? And why is this happening? Because people aren't supporting.
Enough money, not being funded.
And it's the reason why some animes, and I'm being serious here, I'm not speaking out of my ass. You know, it's the reason why some animes struggle to get that second season.
Like Bleach and
because people do is they get into it, right? They get into it, and then what do? They start reading the manga online. And once they do that, they don't even care to if the anime comes out because they want to see, you know, the anime. I mean, the manga, and that's all right, right? That's okay. But the problem that happens with that is that since they're reading the manga for free and not paying for anything, the people that make that anime are getting no return value. So they can't even get funding to continue it. And that's why a lot of animes don't get that second season. And the only ones that do are the ones that are mega popular to where they just fucking sell out. You know, like My Hero is just selling out. Like people are buying the manga. People are buying the merchandise, etc. And that's why it's getting seasons rapid fire. You know, like boom, we're already on season. Hero barely came out like what, 2 years ago, 3 years ago,
around there.
You know, and we're getting full seasons. Like season 2 is 25 episodes. Season 3 is also 25 episodes. So the point I'm making for you is if you can afford it, support it. Because if you support it, they'll make more of it. If they're not making money, they'll drop it. They drop things for less. You know? Because that's how it works. It's a cut and dry industry. Now, obviously, I'm not stupid. I know that the $8 they spend on Crunchyroll, you know, by the time it gets to the people in Japan, they only get like a fraction of it, right? But in my mind, I feel nice knowing that the fraction that they get is better than not getting it at all if I just chose to watch it on fucking Kiss Anime or something, you know? Now, there are people that are, you know, they hit hard times and they can't afford it. And if they can't afford it and they pirate it, you know, that's a different case. I'm saying people that can afford it but choose not to. I don't like it. And it's not just for anime, it's for anything. You know, I love Marvel. I love Marvel movies. I buy it come out. You know? I'm not well off. I'm not rich. You know, I struggle too. But I love them so much and I want so that way they'll make more movies. And you know, it's like and if you do the mentality of, well, if I don't buy it, that's just one person, it won't make a difference. I mean, you've heard the saying, like, one person can make a difference. It doesn't matter, you know? It's like, I want to put my money to things I like. That's why I never really buy things at conventions, because half the time I don't even know if it's official merch from like the actual people. You know what I mean? I like to buy from the people. Now that's me. I'm not saying that you should be like me. I'm just saying if you like something, you should support it. That's all I'm saying. Right? Like you like Eminem, buy his album, right? Buy it somewhere, or just watch the fucking music video on his channel because he gets something from it. You know, on YouTube, if you watch an Eminem music video on YouTube, he's getting, granted pennies, but he's getting something. You're not stealing from him, right?
Yeah, you're right.
That's what all I'm saying. And I know you do. I know you probably support. I bet you have like at least a majority of his albums, if not all of them, whether it's physical copy, digital, or something. I bet. And any Spotify or Pandora, he's still getting something from it. Bro is a. Just get rid of commercials. So even when you watch Crunchyroll for free and you're watching it on there, and yeah, you get your commercials, you're still contributing to the anime industry. It's a smaller fraction than what I'm doing compared to like me paying, but you're still contributing. Even before I paid for Crunchyroll, I still watched my anime on Crunchyroll with the commercials. Because I love it. So that's the life lesson, kids, on the Zheroes podcast. If you like something, support it. If you like an artist, people do it all the time, right? You see fan art, you save it. You don't even think about it half the time, right? You're like, oh, I like this picture that someone drew. You save it.
Yeah.
Next time you do that, see if you can find the person that actually drew it, and follow them if you can, like on Twitter or something. Because if you like that one picture, you'll probably like more from them. And if you retweet their stuff, because I like artists' art all the time, and sometimes I'll retweet really nice ones or I'll share them. Right? And that's just, they're not getting any money from it, and they're the ones that posted it, so they literally gave it away for free. But me just, sharing it, well, maybe someone who doesn't know that artist will follow me and be like, hey, he retweeted this. Who is this? Oh, I like this. And then there you go.
Yeah.
You don't have to support with just money, just simply sharing, It's like, Fred, with you, it's like, if I see you got like a music video, I'll probably share your video. I'll be like, hey, check out this guy. You're not getting any money for me doing that, but you get exposure because I'm supporting you somehow.
Yeah, you're right about that.
So I'm sorry for going on a rant here. It's just like, this is one of the biggest pet peeves I have.
No, you're right.
I'm not telling you to empty your pockets now and get a subscription. I'm just saying, if you don't want to pay for a subscription, then another way you can support the industry is just buying stuff. Like, buy a volume. It could just be one, but it makes something, Like me, I don't have a complete collection of manga. I have one Dragon Ball manga, a Bleach manga, but it still supports, because it's official merch, and some part of it goes to the industry's pocket. So that's what you should do, and avoid those stores that you see at the malls that are covered in wall scrolls. Every mall store has an anime store that's just covered in wall scrolls. You know what I'm talking about. You've probably seen them. Most of the time, they sell bootleg shit, and when you pay for that, the only one that gets anything from it is the seller, and the industry doesn't see a dime of it. Always look out for that tag, that brand. Like if you see something that with Dragon Ball on it, look for that Funimation tag, because Funimation is Dragon Ball. If you don't see a Funimation tag at all, then it's not official merch, and don't buy that kind of stuff. Yeah. So that's the lesson, kiddos.
What do you
that's the lesson.
That's fake Funimation tag, like those fake Nintendo seals.
Oh yeah, but those are obvious, They're obvious. Just pot out.
They're like
just support
like they're
what you like.
Or like fake tats, like those flea market Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Like that, and not only that, but just side tangent on that. I went to the Ingram and I saw like that another store they have, and I noticed some of they were selling prints, right? Like just typical prints, and they're obviously fan art, right? But there's no signature or nothing, so that just ticks me off because I'm like, at this point, you're selling someone else's art and not even giving them credit, and they're probably not even getting a dime of it.
Happens. That's what I hate.
If you see
like,
it at conventions too. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say when I'm on Instagram, I'm an artist, so I go in and I'll look at other people's art. It helps inspire me, and I hate it when I see someone like I'm looking through it and I see something, and I'm like, oh, that looks good, and I want to follow the artist because I would also like to see some of their other posts and other things. And there's no signature, there's no like who it was, and the descriptions, and there's no one I can go to or anything like that. I'm just like, great, now I don't know who the hell did this, and that kind of sucks.
And it is just I hate when people sell other people's artwork. You know, because one, you shouldn't sell someone else's artwork in general, because 9 times out of 10 they probably don't even realize you're selling their artwork, and they're probably not going to get a dime of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
And that sucks. You know? It really does. And I hate that. You know, every artist is a starving artist, essentially, in a, you know, and like if I could, I'd love to just give simply freaking $2 or $3 a month to all the artists I love, but I can't. You know, like I literally can't afford it.
My part of those artists.
But you know, they have a print coming out that I really like or something. You know, I'll buy it. You know, even if I'm not able to hang it up, I'll buy it because I just want to, like, hey, you know, I want to support you. Here you go. You know, like obviously, I wish I could buy like all the merch I wanted. Like, you know, I wish I could have like every volume of My Hero. You know, all the figures,
one day
and stuff, but I can't. You know. So the least I can do, by loser, the least I can do is just pay for streaming services, because that's what I can afford.
Yeah.
If I could afford more, then hell yeah, I'll buy all the fucking Naruto figures and Dragon Ball figures, you know?
Do what you can.
But all I can afford is my $7.57 Crunchyroll subscription and my $6 Funimation subscription.
Yeah, I used to be subscribed to Funimation, but I've been going through some bullshit with work, so I haven't been able to pay for any subscription, and I fucking hate it because I love the Crunchyroll app. It was so convenient.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
I don't like it without ads, because then, I mean, without the premium service, because then it's like, hey, do you see this ad for SeaWorld? Want to watch it again?
I hate that so much. I also had the Funimation app on my Xbox, like downloaded on my Xbox, and I loved it because now I don't have to watch fucking. One, I get to support, obvious, but now I'm not like huddled over my phone, like on fucking on my bed or whatever, or on the couch, all like feeling like a lard ass, like on my phone trying to watch a goddamn video. I can now watch it on my big ass TV, and then I can look like a lard ass watching it like a normal person.
John.
Yeah.
Do you remember when I had Hulu and how it would play the same commercial for some show that they were having for like 3 times in a row? And it was Ray.
Yeah, Ray Donovan.
Yeah. And so we made like a joke because it was just like this Hulu exclusive that starred Ray Donovan, but they kept like saying his name so much, like as if he's supposed to be a big shot, but I'd never even heard of him. And like I don't think John really heard of him. But like we were making it sound like it was super cool because it would be the same commercial 3 times in a row. Every 5 minutes
like,
on Hulu.
Dude, you see that? That's Ray motherfucking Donovan.
Yeah, because it'd be like I forgot how the commercial went, but it was pretty much what, like, new show starring Ray Donovan. Watch as Ray Donovan leads in this, like, you know, action packed, like. And so I look at John, I was like, dude, that's Ray motherfucking Donovan. Like, He was like, who? I'm like, dude, that's Ray motherfucking. We gotta see that show. It's Ray fucking Donovan, dude. And I forget what it was, but this was like 2 years later or something. Where I guess Ray Donovan was like, I don't know, somewhere like on John's like social media, and like he sent me something that had Ray Donovan in it, and I was like, oh shit, the throwback. Because I forget what were we even watching on Hulu, but I just know we were watching we were binging stuff, and it was just like every 5 minutes Ray Donovan ads, and it was the same commercial. And it was either that or fucking I remember it used to just be a lot of Whataburger commercials. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You gotta admit though, Hulu has some balls. Hulu will make you pay like $9 a month and still play commercials. Like what the fuck? And if you want to get rid of the commercials, you gotta pay like $12 a month.
Yeah, fuck that.
I'm like you have some balls to make me pay, and I still have to see commercials on your service. That's some pretty big balls.
I'm glad I do not have Hulu.
I got free Hulu with my phone service, so I haven't checked it out yet.
Should I check it out? I'm always on Netflix whenever I can.
I finished watching the Agretsuko Netflix series. It's great.
Hey, you know what you see on Netflix? You should watch Altered Carbon. It's pretty cool. It's like 10 episodes, I think. They're like hour episodes. But just the premise of it is it's super sci-fi. I'm talking super future, right? But the idea of it is that technology has advanced far enough to where there is quotation marks immortality, in the sense of your entire essence of what makes you, your thoughts, your memories, pretty much think about it like the Animus from fucking Assassin's Creed. Everything that makes you is stored in this what they call it a stack, but imagine it almost like a little fucking SD card, essentially, is what it is, right? And I think the lore is once you reach, I think it's 1 or 2 years of age, they put it in you, and it's it pretty much it's in between your vertebrae or something, from what it looks like, and it's just there. And if you were to die, they could pull it out and put it into another body, and then boom, you're back. You just have a different body, and that's just life. It's just life, right? And that's just the main gimmick of it. That's the whole thing of it. And there's this religion groups called I think it's called Neo-Catholics, where if you're a Neo-Catholic, you make it to where your stack has this coding in it to where they can't put it in someone else, because you believe that once death is death, that's final, because religion and shit. And it's pretty interesting because the whole point is this is all in episode 1. So this guy who's part of this mercenary group that was super rebelling against the stacks, thinking they're inhumane and all that. He gets taken out, and then it cuts to him waking up freaking 100 or something years later, and he's in a different body, and pretty much this super rich guy, super rich, richest guy in the world, pretty much hires him, or does this because he's I need you to help find out who killed me, because apparently someone tried killing him, and they killed him, but he got into a new sleeve, which is what they call the bodies. And so the whole episode is just this murder mystery of him trying to find out, who killed him, who killed the dude or whatever, right? And it's pretty cool. And they play a lot with the idea of the sleeving, you should definitely check it out if you just good mystery, because even the action's pretty cool too. There's a lot of cool fight scenes. It's on that Daredevil level of creative fight scenes, It's not super bloody or nothing, but there is blood. But yeah, it's super interesting. If you like sci-fi stuff and murder mystery, definitely recommend. And
What was it called again?
so check it out, Altered Carbon.
Oh.
Like I was hooked by the end of the first episode because they really know how to like bombard you with lore while making it super easy to absorb, which is really hard to do. You know, because like, you know, you play a lot of things that are like sci-fi, and it's just like, look at Halo, for example, where they're just talking in pretty much a different language with like the kind of stuff that they're mentioning, and you're just like, what, you know?
Yeah.
But here it's like,
check out Skyrim. Jesus, we're talking about language.
but like, yeah, you know, like here it's like there's like a lot of lore that goes into it, like you're learning about the world's like religion, like how things work, you know, the pros and cons of the sleeving and all that. And it's just, it's super easy to absorb because they don't just do it all at once. It's like, for lack of a better word, it's like when, remember the beginning of Naruto where every time they brought up something new, Sakura pulled out the ninja scroll to explain it? It was essentially like that. But yeah, check it out, Altered Carbon. It's pretty cool. One of my favorite Netflix shows, and I hope it gets more attention because with the way the show's set up, you know, super far in the future, different people can't die as long as they can keep coming back. It's one of those shows where, you know, even if they don't decide to keep the main character, they can make different characters in this show, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone has it's not like some special person that has the ability to, you know, quotation marks, not die. Like everyone pretty much has it. So, you know, the possibilities are endless if it gets popular.
I kind of like shows like that where it could just keep going. Like it just switches to the next person and it doesn't care because it's not over.
It's like Last of Us, you know, like they could easily make so much stories The Last of Us. It doesn't have to be just about Joel and Ellie.
Yeah.
You know, like I still want to see like some sort of spin-off, whether it's in a book, comic, movie, whatever, about what was his name? Bill? Was that his name?
Yeah, Bill.
Or
I think so.
yeah, because I thought he was really cool. You know, and then, you know, I mean, you find out in the game that he was also gay. You know, and I like to see that get explored.
Yeah.
Just because a lot of the characters in there are interesting. You know, like let me see how the Fireflies came to be. Like let me see that origin story. You know, it doesn't have to be about Joel and Ellie. Everyone's a survivor. Everyone that's alive during the course of Last of Us has been through the same shit as Joel and Ellie because they've survived up to that point. So they all must have stories to tell.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, see that.
I mean, I haven't seen it, but I've heard Fear the Walking Dead's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I actually don't know because at first I thought The Walking Dead was like a whole show, and I think I saw like the first episode was like 30 minutes. Every time they show something like Fear the Walking Dead, I'm like, when I'm watching The Walking Dead, it's like 5-minute snippets, and like it feels like it connects from the last one, so it feels like I didn't miss anything.
I know what you're talking about, and that confused me too. But I remember I saw like half of the first season, and I was digging it, just because. I mean, what was it? It just felt like a breath of fresh air, like being in the suburbs, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not being around trees all the time. Like if anything, it's more scarier because, you know, Rick got lucky in town, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these people are in LA and the zombie outbreak happens. There's millions of people in the city alone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember really digging it. And I wouldn't mind going back to it. But just an example of like, you don't need to follow the main characters to tell more of the story of the same world.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Completely, yeah, totally.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of another one. Well, I mean, I guess you could say the Resident Evil games do a good job of it. I mean, if you look at the first 3 alone, like they all take place literally like within months of each other. Not even months. Like the first Resident Evil game follows, you know, Chris and Jill, and then when it first happens, right?
Yeah, and then the second one does before them.
And the second one is like literally right around the same time, except it's in the city instead of the mansion. It's a little bit later, like some time has passed because you can see hints of, Chris was there or whatever, but it's not a lot of time because the outbreak was already there. It never was contained. And then Resident Evil 3 takes place during the exact moments of Resident Evil 2, except it's from Jill's perspective. And I'm like, you're literally telling like 3 different stories that are well within like hours of each other. And they're 3 full games with 3 full stories. I'm like, that's pretty neat. And then Resident Evil made 4, and that was great. And then they said, "Oh, we stopped being good." And then 7 came around. It's like, wait, we might have it.
Yeah, Resident Evil 4 was real good. I didn't like 5 or 6.
I like 6 more than 5 only because 6 just said, "Fuck it, we're gonna be goofy." Whereas super serious.
Yeah,
But did
6 kind of try to like embrace how stupid it was getting at that point.
Like the fact that you can make Chris go on like I don't even know what you call him, but like you'll see them at some playgrounds where it's like a little animal they could get on that's attached to a big old spring and they can swing around it, and he can make him go on that, and he's like, "Wee!" I'm like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah. No. Yeah, no, that wasn't great. I didn't like it at all. It was bad.
Hey, speaking of stuff like this, isn't Sword Art having an anime that's not about Kirito right now?
Yeah. So I think it's right now. It's a manga. I don't know about the whole anime.
Yeah,
I don't
anime
know, I
is
haven't seen
going.
anything.
It's like currently this season's anime.
Oh, okay. Is it really?
Yeah,
Season?
I've
Which
seen
season are
like
we in?
I've seen two
We're
maybe
getting
3
towards
episodes.
summer? Released
I
in
like it.
spring?
It's in Gun Gale Online.
Yeah, it's
Right.
Yeah,
in
it's
GGO.
in GGO.
Yeah, that's pretty
I still have that.
neat.
I still have that PlayStation game. I want to play it now. I think about it.
Dude, there's a lot
Fatal
of Sword
Bullet.
Art games with
The Fatal Bullet one is pretty decent. It's not like terrible.
I only played 2 of them, and one of them was a PSP port called Hollow Fragmentation that they released
Yeah.
on this PlayStation 4, and I was like, "Oh, it's all right." And then the only other one I played was Lost Song, and that was like more with.
I almost got that one.
But I haven't really done because I don't really care for Sword Art. I just gave the game a chance because I had an opportunity to play it.
Yeah, same here.
Because most anime games are kind of meh. They're not bad, but they're not great.
That's about as much as I could say about the Fatal Bullet game. It was like I wanted more like anime games in general. I was just like, I'll get the Sword Art Online one. I have
best.
seen it.
I was just saying, I might give it a go. I've never played any of the Sword Art games.
Yeah, I like Fatal Bullet. I like the character creation it gives.
The Sword Art games that I played, they're pretty much RPG, but like it just feels like an RPG that like has no life in it. There's no love in it. Like it's just I don't know how to describe. Like when you level up, you just feel like, like it's just hard to describe because like I play a lot of RPGs, and I don't need like it to be all vibrant and stuff. It just Sword Art just feels so bare bones. Like there's nothing in there. Like there's no play style. It's just here's your 2 swords. Now here's 2 better swords. Like
Yeah.
Like at least from the ones I play. Like there's no custom, and like you only can play as Kirito. Like you have different people in your party, but
that's what I liked about Fatal Bullet actually. In Fatal Bullet, you get create your own character, and from Lost Song when you had your own character creation, it was so bare bones and just shitty. There was like pretty much nothing. And
here's 3 hairstyles, bro.
Yeah. Now, and Fatal Bullet, it's like there's so much crap. You could adjust like the hands, like how big they are, the waist, and for girls, you could of course adjust like the bust size and all that kind of stuff. And you have like different hair colors. You could change the eye colors, but you could also not have the eyes the same color, but you can make each eye a different color.
That's cute.
And just stupid stuff like that. But that's like, for me, if I'm playing an RPG, and one of the biggest things for me, if I can enjoy the game whether or not, is the character creation and how in depth it is. Because if I could play an RPG and I can create a character and put a lot of detail into it and give that character life, that's about playing the game. Like Skyrim, fucking love it. The way I was able to do it in the Fatal Bullet game was real cool because you had playstyles. There was playstyles you could choose, and you could play online with other people, and it kind of feels like you're playing GGO, if, like, you know, as best as you can play GGO at current time is we're in, because you have a healer, you have a sniper, and it judges you from the different classes you can take and all that kind of stuff, which is real cool. And like, there's so many different roles you can take. You have your tank class and all that kind of stuff,
and that's great. That's all great.
Yeah, and then you can also like mix and match it. And the weapon system was kind of shit though. The weapon system was shit.
Because you know, when it comes to RPGs, you know, like RPGs are my favorite genre, and what makes a great RPG from a good RPG is giving the player the ability to role play. That's the whole point of it. People think that RPG just means a game where you level up. Yep. And it's like, no, like it should be like it doesn't have to be like full on in depth, like you have full control over everything, but you should be able to have different experiences than different people. You know, for example, you know, Skyrim, you could be a warrior, or you could be a stealth archer like everyone else.
Shut up, Rico. Fuck off, man.
But you know what I'm saying, right? Like it's more than just love. Like, for example, Final Fantasy X has my favorite, hands down, my favorite RPG leveling mechanic, in the sense of when you level up, you don't get stats. What you get are points that you can move, and you use your points to move on a big grid full of circles, and those circles have like, they'll say like, HP plus 10, strength plus 2, right? And every character has a position, but they all share the same board. So to sum it up, you can make it to where you can overlap player skills, so you don't have just a white mage. Like, you have a character that starts off as a white mage, but if you say you get your tank, right, and you move him in the direction of her skills, your tank can learn white mage skills. Or you can have your tank just be extra beefy and go down the defense path. But like, they all share it. It's not like, oh, this person has only this grid. Like, no, they all share it. They just start on different points of the grid. And when you level up, again, you don't gain stats. You just gain moves to move on the grid, and then you get stats that way. And I love that because it gives so much variety. You know, every character has every character has use. Versatility. You know, like, yeah, there you go, versatility. Like, again, there's clearly characters that are meant to be your black mage, your white mage, your attacker, your tank, you know, your alchemist, right? Mm-hmm. But they're not limited to that, and you can have it like you want. For example, like, I always have my white mage up her strength, because the white mage can summon beasts, and the stats of the things that she summons are equal to her stats. Well, like, not equal to her stats, but like, let's say she has really high magic, then what she summons will have even higher magic. So I always like to give her strength, because, you know, she's a white mage, she doesn't have shit for strength. So to compensate for that, because now my white mage is going to be shitty at white maging because she doesn't have too much magic, because I want her beast to be strong. So to compensate, I get my black mage and I make her go down the white mage path because the white mage path also has stats to increase magic because it's white mage. Now I have a black mage that can do healing and damage, and she has twice the power because she's getting magic stats from both. And that's how I play. Someone else can play totally different. It's all up to you. And unless you put like 300 hours in the game, you're not going to be able to max out the fucking thing because it's huge, you know? Like there's hundreds and hundreds of fucking spaces. I mean, you can, you know, if you grind your ass off. But by the end of the game, most of the time I have the thing like barely like a third or quarter full. And that's more than enough stats to beat the final boss, you know? And that's great. That's what an RPG should be. The ability to do what you want. You get Sword Art RPG, at least the older ones, and all you get is your numbers are your numbers. And I don't like that, you know? Because it's like I still do the same moves, except now they're stronger. It sucks. You know? Like, look at Persona, right? Look how much options. There's literally hundreds of Personas you can switch. That's great, because, like, Aaron, I bet you, like, your main 4 Personas you used are probably completely different from the main 4 I used, but we still both, like, played the game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's just, that's what I love. Those are the best RPGs. If you're going to make RPGs, that's how you should try to make them.
Yeah. It's diverse experiences.
You know?
I like how passionate Rico gets when he starts talking about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I played, you know, I'm not that kind of person where, you know, I mean, we meet those people, and there's nothing wrong with this. We meet those people where it's like, oh, I like this. Oh, why do you like it? I just do, you know? And that's okay, because they just don't know why they like it. They just know they like it. But me, I've played a lot of stuff. I've watched a lot of stuff. I've read a lot of stuff, to where you just start noticing the things that they have in common that you like about them. So when I like something, I'm able to really go into depth about it because I have things to compare to. I have things, you know, pull from of like, yeah, that's why I like. And at the same time, it's why when I don't like something, I could tell you why I don't like it and what it could have done to be better. You know? And from what it sounds like the Sword Art Online games got a little bit better if, you know, they're giving you slightly more, like, customization and stuff,
Yeah,
which is
actually,
fine.
It's real neat, because another aspect that's real cool that I think is really neat is that in a lot of RPG games like Skyrim, you'll play a character and then you get tired of that character and it's placed out, so you make a new character, which is all fine and dandy. But what I like of the new Sword Art Online game is that it's treated like an RPG. It's like a game, like it's meant to be. GGO, you're playing a game in a game, it's essentially. And so your character in the game, like you can make one character and then make different saves, and each save will have different stats, and you can just go and like go between different stats and different playstyles with that one character. And so that one character doesn't get old.
That's great. That's what, you know, RPGs should. RPGs by default should have the most replayability than any other genre. You know, because just given the gimmick of the game, that's what it should be. That's why I could go back and I can play Final Fantasy X a bajillion times, because every time I play it, you know, I think, you know what, this time I'm gonna have my black mage go down this path. You know. And it makes it to where you're playing the same game, the same story, but it feels like a different game because you're having to play it differently. You can't use the same strategies. You can't use, you know, the same tricks, essentially. Another game that does that really good is Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't gotten up to that one
I
yet.
played a little bit of it. I liked it.
I like it because,
I
you know,
I played the first one. Yeah, the first one, and then I meet the cute girl on the Pegasus unicorn thing, and I immediately lose her the battle she's introduced. Like, oh.
Yeah, because Pegasus or Sky units are the weakest units
Yeah, and
like
like
ever.
there was like an archery unit. I was like, no, this will be fine. And then she's gone forever.
And the thing about Fire Emblem is permadeath. So if a character dies, like they're dead, like they're not part of the story anymore. And that's cool because they make it to where the cutscenes in the story, or like the story itself, could change drastically depending on who you're able to keep alive. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and that's pretty neat because again, it makes it play. If you want to try to aim for that complete, everyone lives run, go for it. Another game that doesn't good, that doesn't get enough credit for how amazing its RPG system is Mass Effect. Mass Effect is one of the best fucking third-person action RPGs that you could probably play.
I don't know about that one. I think Mass Effect has gotten a real big following. I think it's only due to its latest games like Andromeda and Mass Effect 3 that it kind of fell off for a lot of people due to some of the role-playing aspects in it.
Look, Andromeda may look like garbage, and the story's meh, but the gameplay's still solid, and that's what counts.
I mean, for granted, I have not played any of the Mass Effect games. This is only what I've heard from reviews and critics.
And that's another heated debate that I will go tooth and nail for between people, saying a game's bad just because the story's bad. The story will add to a game's score, yes, but it shouldn't be what makes it bad. If a gameplay's bad, the game's bad. Games are meant to be played.
Yeah, that's
Story
like that's
is
the
just a
first
bonus.
thing they teach us when we're making games. It was like, yeah, it doesn't matter like if like how much work you put into it. If it's not a thing that's fun, then you failed.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, for example, Mass Effect 3, when it came out, was the ending controversial? Yes. Did I think it was bad? Like, badly written? Yes. Does that make it a bad game? No. It was fun. It was the peak of the combat system at the time it came out. They took what worked from the second one, they improved it, and added more stuff. They trimmed the fat of the stuff that people didn't care for, and they focused on the stuff that people liked and made it better. The gameplay is solid. It's great. It's still Mass Effect at its core, but people gave it shitty reviews. People trashed it because the story wasn't great. And it puzzles me to think, when do we get to the point where games are only defined as good as their story, or as good as their lore, essentially?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about you, but when I first played Skyrim, I'm gonna be honest. When I first played it, I just like skipped every dialogue. I didn't read any books. Because at first I tried to, but there's so much dialogue in Skyrim to where I just got annoyed. So I just started like rushing through people's dialogue, and I had the funnest time of my life, even though what the fuck I was doing. I just saw the quest marker and I followed it and I did what it told me to, but I didn't know why I was on the quest.
I kind of learned like the general consensus of what the fuck I was doing.
But it's just like, you can have the greatest story ever, but if your gameplay's subpar, it doesn't matter. You want an example of a great fucking story, but kind of crappy gameplay? Look at Heavy Rain.
Yeah.
Look at Telltale games. I'm not shitting on Telltale, but in my opinion, I don't find those as fun games. They're not fun for me, because what you're essentially doing is walking into the next cutscene. That's all you're doing. There's no challenge to it. There's not even a gameplay mechanic. It's just you're
quick time
your character's
events,
talking,
the entire thing.
you walk a little bit, and then another cutscene happens. You know?
Yeah. There's one game. I'm admittedly guilty. I won't lie about it. I've judged a game by its story before. I'm an asshole. But the game I judged because of the story was Assassin's Creed Unity. Because, like, I don't know. I felt like preceding Black Flag, the gameplay of Black Flag was amazing. I loved being on the boat and going out, and it was a new element that was kind of added into the game that was just like, whoa, that's like I can't like trying to remember all the countless times I've went and plundered the ships and getting the 4 like deadly like the black ships across the maps and all that kind of stuff. It was all amazing. Like not even the story, just the gameplay. Like who doesn't love being a pirate and raiding other pirate ships? It was awesome. I loved it. And you know, everything was awesome. The combat system was nice. The fact that you were given more for weapons was nice and all that kind of stuff. And then fucking Unity came out and it was terrible. Like the quality of the gameplay was decent. The maneuverability from like climbing and descending buildings was a lot smoother and better, but fucking story just threw me off. And I hate the fact that happened because the gameplay, like the game was fun, but for some reason I let the story deter me from playing the game itself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you're justified for thinking that way because that's what you want in your experience. You know, and you know, because everyone's gonna be different. Everyone's gonna want their different experience. Like games exist for a reason. Like for example, the Telltale games exist because even though I don't think they're fun, people like the stories they tell. And they, you know, for the most part, they have a good batting average. You know, they tell pretty interesting stories. For example, I'm a fan of their Batman series because they're doing things with him as a character that I personally haven't seen before. And I've seen a lot of Batman, not just the movies, like comics, you know, TV shows, etc., etc. They're doing something fresh with them that I haven't seen before. And I like that. I dig it. It's just there's no replay value. Once you're done with it, it's like you're probably never gonna really play it again. And that sucks. You know? Like if I make games, I would be crushed to know that no one wants to play my game again. You know? It's like I'm not saying that to play religiously, but just like there's no motivation. Like every Telltale game I ever played, I haven't had any motivation to go back and replay it. Like ever. Like not once. And it's not to say it's bad. It's just what motivation is there. Like I know how the story's gonna play out, and the choices they give you are just an illusion of choice because what they want the story to go is already predetermined. It's just how did you get there? But you're still gonna get the same, essentially the same ending in a way, you know. Like that person that's gonna die is probably still gonna die. It's like, are they gonna die in episode 2 or are they gonna die in episode 3? They're still gonna die, you know.
We've already said it. This motherfucker needs to go. Which, talking about motherfuckers, our character on Facebook, I just wanted to give it an update. He's gotten past 700 now, I think. Let me see. I looked and I forgot. I just wanted to thank everyone who, if you're watching, if you would also like to go and try to vote and see how our mascot will end up looking, go on Facebook, type Zheroes, you'll find the page, and it should be up there.
Yeah.
I hope it works. Hope, you know, the dark skinned girl wins because she's.
I just don't like her hair. I mean, I don't want to change her hair because that's what people voted for, but her hair pisses me off.
Hey, but you know, since we've seen it be on this gaming tangent. I have to mention this. I have to. Here's why Assassin's Creed Unity, even if the graphic issues when it came out weren't there, because remember how that was the big news, how it had so much graphic errors.
You had to download a big
wasn't
a game.
It still would have failed because they did something that they shouldn't have done, and that's push through marketing about how awesome 4-player co-op missions are going to be, right? Look at all the marketing for it, all the trailers, all that, right? Yeah. They're really pushing like you can have a squad, right?
Yeah.
But what they didn't tell you was that the only way you can get people in a squad is in specific co-op missions, which there are only like 3 variants of: stealth, eco battle. You know.
They also took away kind of the classic multiplayer of going up against each other, and they didn't add it on until later.
But here's where the bigger issue comes, right? Here's why it was wrong. They could have done better. They make it to where it's these specific missions that aren't even fun. There's no nothing to them. It's just you go, you load up, and it just tells you the objective. And it's not great. It's not fun. And what sucks about it is that they could have easily, because this is Assassin's Creed, you know, they like to pride themselves on their intricate storytelling. Now, whether you consider it still good or not, you know, that's up to the viewer. But considering that's what they always like to focus on a lot, why couldn't they have made some sort of side campaign or something with characters, or just have the story involve 4 characters at all times? But if you have a buddy online, they could take control of one of the characters.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
or you could at least do what they ended up doing in Syndicate and switch between the characters.
No, not even that. Like, what I'm getting at is the marketing. When I saw the commercials for Unity, I was fully believing, I was fully expecting to see a story of Assassin's Creed where there was going to be 4 main characters. You know, what I got was 1 character, and that was it. And I was thinking, was I lied to? You know, for example, think about Syndicate, like you were saying, right? You got the twins.
Yeah.
Now, this isn't in the game, but imagine every mission you have, the other twin's always there. You know, just controlled by the. But if you have an online friend, they can join your game and they could play as her, and you guys could do the story together. You know, like think about Dead Island, if you ever played that. You know, it's telling a story. There's 4 characters, but if you want to play with a buddy, they could play as one of the characters and still enjoy the story with you. And it's not awkward like Halo awkward, where they're only talking to Master Chief, but like you're still there, like you don't exist. Like they integrate it. You know,
in Halo 3 they fixed that, where you ended up becoming the Arbiter.
Yeah, but I'm just saying as like an example.
I know.
But like you get Unity, and I'm thinking, oh man, they're really pushing this 4-player thing. Am I gonna get 4 characters? You know, and even if I don't play with anyone, there'll still be cutscenes with these characters. You know, no, it's just some shoved in, barely any thought into it. Clearly, side mechanic that's not even fun, and it's a waste of time because it doesn't give you anything. It's like you're really pushing this co-op experience, but yet the co-op's only lasting like 5 minutes, and then your friends are gone. You got to re-invite them to like a different one if you want to play it. That's not fun. You know, I was expecting to you know, hey, if John had Unity, hey John, join my world. Let's go exploring fucking Paris together. You know, let's go run across rooftops and like do whatever. But
that would be cool.
Yeah.
You don't get that.
It would be even cooler if it turned into like a later down in the line. They kind of like moved away from their traditional format with what is it? The new Assassin's Creed one, Origins. Yeah, they moved so far away. Like the gameplay is completely different, and it's just so much to handle. I'm like, it's bullshit. The old way was better. It would be kind of cool if, let's say, you could like choose like between being a part of like the Assassins or the Templars. It's like you're in a game where you're given that choice, or they make a game where you're given that choice, and you get to like kind of see some of the like the Templar stuff and like what it's like over there.
Like it'd be nice if like they gave you a choice, because like either you play this guy or this guy, but it'd be kind of hard if like when you're dealing with like predetermined stuff, because all this stuff already happened. So, and then it's got to tie in the next game somehow.
And then you can go online. And then you can go online, and it could be like Assassin's Creed GTA.
I like that.
Well, look. Let me tell you about Origins, all right? Let me tell you about Origins. They did what a lot of games are doing right now, that I'm embracing. And it's like they're saying, we got to start over. We're not going to reboot the series, but we're going to change the game, make it fresh, all right? Now, if you're not going to be able to get with it, then this is where we part ways. You know, you got to enjoy all those games. They're still there. Go play them. But as time moves on, you know, there's new players, you know. For example, when Assassin's Creed 1 came out, fucking my little brother was like 4 years old. Now he's 12. Or I think he's 12. I don't know. Point is that he's older. And the way he plays games is going to be different than how we play games, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these long-running franchises are realizing that, hey, you know, these kids are coming up and they're playing, you know, different stuff, and they're liking those kind of games. They're not going to like our game because they didn't grow up with it. So we got to reinvent the wheel, essentially, with our series. But we don't want to just start over, like, you know, new, like everything, like reboot. We'll just continue it, but change the gameplay. And it's really working for a lot of these games. For example, look at the new God of War game. It's a continuation of God of War. It's a straight continuation.
Oh yeah,
like,
I love the new God of War game. I've been watching it, and Jesus Lord, boy.
It's the same Kratos. It's years later. They hint at the other games.
I think they did it there very well.
Like, they make it to where you don't feel like you need to play the other games to know the story. The story is still its own thing, but there's still stuff there for old players of like you see him wrapping his arms, and you're like, oh, I know why. He's hiding his past because you know the chains that were burning his arms, and he's hiding the scars.
Yeah, like the way the God of War did it was very. I think they did it extremely well. Like you have that same character. It's you know, you're showing him and all that kind of stuff. The combat's different. The way things are gone about's different. But I think it's done very well. Like Assassin's Creed Unity or the Origins, I felt like did it very shit.
You see, you get God of War though, and they took a game that was, you know, essentially this huge. I don't even know what you would call the camera other than not over the shoulder, just kind of like hovering around you, and it was just this huge. Like, you got these around, you know, you have these wide arcing attacks. So essentially, like, you could be surrounded but still hit people directly behind you. And they said, that out over the shoulder. You have an axe with very short range, and it's still hack and slash. There's still going to be 20 enemies at you, you know. But we have all these new mechanics. You got dodge rolls now and all this, and you know it works fine. It's great, and it's a completely different game. If you play God of War 2 or God of War 3, God of War 1, and you go to this game, you're going to be confused because you're not going to go in there and you're going to be square. You're like, why am I not swinging? Oh, like that's not what it does anymore. You know, it's like a whole different layout. It's a whole different gameplay. It's a whole different mechanic. But instead of rebooting the story, like, oh, this is the new Kratos. It's like, no, this is still the same Kratos. We're moving on. You know, Origin said, what's popular? Far Cry's popular. Let's make Assassin's Creed Far Cry. And instead of doing something innovating, it's literally just feels like you're playing Far Cry because your Falcon is just your drone. The bases are literally just the outposts, you know. They try to be new by not doing anything new. God of War's combat, you know, I'm not going to say it's original, you know, because it's hack and slash. It's hard to tweak it, right?
Yeah.
But it still does a lot of things that not other do to where it feels like it's its own thing.
What I like about it is that the play style can vary from person to person. Each player can have their own play style. Like I'm watching Jacksepticeye play God of War 4, and I see that there's multiple ways to incapacitate enemies, and I'm like, well, he's doing it differently. I would have probably done it this way. So the fact that you could play the same game, but you know, before it was hack and slash, and that's all it kind of was. But now you're given different ways to deal with enemies, and you pass it from person to person, and they're gonna each choose a different way to do it.
Yeah, I was actually hanging out at my friend Ryan's house. He had just gotten the game, and we were passing off the controller every time we died, and each person was playing pretty differently.
But it's great though because it's just, if you were to break it down to bare bones, right? You got a light attack and a heavy attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you got your shield, and you got Atreus' arrows. Simple, but so much possibilities with it. Because, you know, if I'm surrounded by enemies, you know, I could be safe and try to parry, you know, or I could just start, you know, swinging around, dodging when I see someone coming in from the side, or I could be swinging, someone's about to hit me, look at them, have a trade, shoot him with the arrow to stun him so I can finish my combo on the first guy.
Or you could just run around the map and have Atreus shoot them while you just do nothing.
Or
that's gonna be a long game.
I could run away, and if an enemy's giving me too much trouble, I could just cheese it out and just throw my axe at them over and over.
What I liked was the fact that there was hand to hand where you were able to like throw your axe and then you were able to stun an enemy and build up their stun bar. See, that would have been my play style. I was just trying to build up an enemy's stun the entire time.
See, like what I got going for me is when I got 2 or 3 enemies, the first thing I do is I throw my axe at one of the weaker enemies because the weaker ones will tend to freeze for a little bit. While he's frozen, I'll turn around and start punching the shit out of someone next to him. And then when he's unfrozen, I'll press the triangle button to recall it. And while it's getting recalled to me, it smacks the person that got unfrozen again in the head. So he takes even more damage, goes back into my hand. And then I start swinging at the guy I was already hurting, you know. But it's just like so much combinations that you could do. And there's different abilities. You get your runic attacks. You can have 2 of them. And so many that you keep finding. And they all have completely different effects. Like, there's one that can shoot like a straight up ice beam. There's one where you can just throw your axe super fucking hard and it goes through enemies. You know,
like I said,
you could make Atreus could summon spirit animals that could fight, and they all have different things. There's a pack of wolves that are good at like attacking a crowd. There's crows that have super high damage, but they have no stunning power. So like they'll do some damage, but they won't like stop the enemy. And then you got these stampede of boars that you can have instead, where they don't do a lot of damage, but they fucking will topple enemies over, like fucking Lion King style on his body. You know?
I like the deer where he just struts it and just like enemies are taking damage to how fabulous it is.
And it's just great. It's a really great game, and I'm still like a ways in. Like I'm pretty confident that I'm way past the halfway point. Because I don't know how long it is. I haven't even seen people review it because I just really love this game. I've been waiting for it. Yeah, but even to the point, hours in, it's still bringing up new shit that's still surprising me. Like different enemy types I had to think around, or just different mechanics in general. I'm like, whoa, this is awesome.
The only thing I didn't really like about the game, if I'm being honest here, was that some of the enemies were easily just tossed off and reskinned and told to be different enemies. But I mean, I can understand. It's a big game and there's a lot of content already, and it's already amazing. I love the combat.
You know that they put love into when you could look at the environments and realize that they are not reusing any assets. Every environment I go into this game, every new realm, every new like
setting
area is completely different. Like completely different. Every fucking time I just stand there and I look at the distance, I'm literally looking at concept art for how unique it is.
I like some of the set pieces. Like later on, I don't know how far you are, Rico.
Tell me.
Oh, I don't know how far you are, but you end up meeting the World Eater. And one of the set pieces is him in the background, and all you just see is his fucking big ass head, like just kind of like swaying a little bit, and he'll like move every once in a while, and it's gorgeous. It's just so fucking gorgeous to see that big ass damn snake just chilling there like he's fucking Shenron, but he doesn't go away. He just sits there, and he's just awesome looking.
But it's great because like just every environment is so different, you know, like. I haven't seen a game ever really do this, you know, like, because it's so easy to just copy and paste your environment. But, like, like even Skyrim does it.
Yeah,
you know, like, and they do it a lot.
Hey, I shared the post again, and it has 100 votes, which is great.
Already?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm so happy with it, how far it's coming. It's just, I'll have to draw naked. On Patreon, if you subscribe to us on Patreon and give us a certain amount of money.
Yeah.
Lose before.
And I guess if not, then
go fuck yourself.
Yeah. If not, then
no. How could you?
Thank you, John.
I was lagging.
I asked John if he about that like an hour ago.
Is that what you've been working on this entire time, you asshole?
Yeah.
Yes.
I said to the other.
I said, how fast can you Photoshop?
Dude, that was a pain in the ass. You trying to do her skin tone? I had to do it twice.
Mm-hmm.
And her hair and skin. I had to do it twice.
Right. So the gimmick, I guess, is whoever loses. John, you'll just post that up, or someone post that up on the Instagram and be like, bye.
That's funny. I like it.
We brought balance.
I like the white one. She looks better. I don't like the hair color with the black chick.
Change it.
Yeah.
I'm letting other people.
You're like an artist. Man, I don't like the way the artist drew this hair. What an ass.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm lazy.
Wait, and then you look at the signature? Wait a minute.
No, I didn't even sign it.
No, but seriously
Sorry,
though,
yeah.
God of War, it's a great game.
Oh yeah,
great.
godsend. It's a godsend.
It's
Yeah.
a real good
And
game.
you know,
It's, really, I
it's like the
I
Dark
recommend
Souls
people to
of
play
God
that
of War.
game.
That game alone is more than enough reason to get a PS4 if you haven't gotten a PS4.
I'm still waiting for the second, the new Spider-Man game that's supposed to be coming out.
I have no idea why that game was not thought of earlier, as far as like to make it not a launch title, but at least in the first PS4 was out.
Yeah.
I mean, assuming that they wouldn't rush it. I'm just saying, like, God of War is such a staple with Sony. Like, it is, like, I don't think people realize, like, because, you know, it's all about, like, Nathan Drake nowadays, but, like, they don't realize that fucking Kratos was the fucking Sony daddy, you know, as far as, like,
Sony
really
daddy.
establishing, like, selling consoles. Like, I remember playing God of War 2 at a friend's house, and I was like, I want a PS2 now. I only had a GameCube. I wanted a PS2 because I wanted to play more God of War. You know, like he fucking sold systems. Like I feel like half the people that owned a PSP owned the God of War games that were on the PSP, and there was two of them. Two of them. Two of them. Not one. Two of them.
Oh man, the groups I shared it to are going crazy. It's 115.
What is?
It's just that now there's like a constant stream of votes coming in, and like it's tipping like slowly towards the right.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, it's still at 25%. So
shut up, John. Let me have my moment of awesomeness.
How to make
I
fake
posted it on. I posted it on so many different pages. You don't even know. Like I was just like, I'm gonna get this bitch publicity.
Post it on Hentai Haven forum.
All right, that's what I need to do. Go on Hentai Haven. Be like, hey, can I start a poll in the comments over here?
Yeah, you can tell people to comment. You can also do it from the live stream.
People on porn sites are just so much nicer than like people on like Facebook or like YouTube.
Hey, you can find some really good live. Yeah. John, what was that thing that you showed me once? Or what was it? Like someone was in character as JoJo characters on a porn site comment section?
Yeah.
Remember you showed me something like that? That was fucking hilarious.
I wish I could remember. It's probably something really funny.
I want to go on Facebook, but my phone's being stupid. I want to look at the damn poll again.
123 votes. The people reached are staying the same, I think, because it's a private group. Oh no, it's 781.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah,
here's what's gonna happen.
Last time I checked, it was only at 750.
But you see, the bigger the poll gets, the more neck and neck it's gonna be. Yeah. I mean, that's just how statistics work. So the more it's just gonna be like one day one will be the other one will be 1% higher.
I'm fine with that.
So drive Aaron crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna drive me crazy. But like at the same time, I also want a lot of fan interaction. I think that in itself, like getting it out and having people vote, one gives them a chance to interact with us, and they'll get to hear about us if they haven't found out about us.
Yeah.
And it gets people like to get drawn in and whatnot. That's the main reason why I wanted to put up a fan vote, because I could have easily just settled it to be like, fuck it, I gotta choose. But I want us to have more options, so we can have other people, you know, be with us and try to like interact with us.
I'm just asking, anime girls are gonna win. Why even have the poll?
Oh, because I mean, I still have my preferences.
Yeah, and so do most people.
103 people.
Yeah. I'm just preferring that they prefer mine.
I mean, hey, if I was lacking brain cells, I'd probably pick the light skinned one too. So I can't blame them.
Yeah.
Put that on a quotation that I said.
Things Rico said during the podcast.
Yeah.
I'd watch it.
One of these days, John's gonna get that soundboard of all my responses to things, and then I'll be out of town for like a week, and it'll be like I left. John, for example, I'll be like what Cow Chop's doing with Trevor on.
Oh yeah. This guy's been gone like 2 months, and he's still in the video somehow because of like an hour worth of shit that he recorded right before he left. So
essentially, yeah, like this guy left, and right before he left, he just stood in front of a green screen for like hours, just like saying random shit or doing things, right? And so, right, it has been like 2 months, right?
Yeah.
And he's still like in every video, like he'll react to shit because his dialogue's so generic. So like something stupid happens, he's like, "Wow, guys, that was stupid." You guys are funny. So, and he's like, where it's obvious that he's not really there.
I don't know. The first time I saw it, I didn't think anything of it. I was like, wow, that was a really weird cut.
But I just find that hilarious. Like, that's what I don't want to do with me. Like, I better be careful though, because John might try to kill me, and then you guys won't, because I'll still be on every podcast for weeks, and his alibi will be solid.
Nice, you got a new page like. Because of
really?
Yeah, got a new page like.
Because you shared you shared it again?
I shared it to a artist group that I'm a part of, and the Game Grumps D Club group.
Game Grumps?
Yeah.
Oh, that's badass. I didn't know. Like I said, I just looked up like a lot of Boku no Hero or My Hero fan pages. And
yeah.
I was just
I love the D Club group because it's just a whole bunch of like people that love art and stuff, and if it's cool enough, they'll just I want to be involved in this.
A general anime page. But yeah, I've just been going everywhere and posting it, and it's been getting a lot of publicity. I'm like, I love the fact that we're getting so much publicity.
Mm-hmm. It might break 1,000 before morning.
I'm pretty sure it'll break 1,000. This is only like day 5, or we're on day 2.
Let me pull a Fred and ask John how long the podcast's been going.
About 2 hours and 27 minutes.
Jesus.
And that's what happens when you let Rico on the podcast.
Yeah.
John, he posted in the D Club.
Yeah.
You fucking animal.
It's great. How many does it say how many people have interacted with it in the club itself or no?
I don't know.
Alright.
But you know what, guys? It's been real, but I'm gonna have to call it.
Yeah.
For me.
I think it's a good time.
I think that's fair. It's pretty late.
Yeah. It's a good talk, guys.
We haven't done a podcast this long in a long time.
Yeah. I had a lot of things to hate about and like about.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I still need to put together the new episode that I'm gonna be doing for random things. I have all the footage and stuff.
Yeah,
recorded.
I was like, I don't know what would be a good movie, but I think I'm gonna have a lot of time soon. So I'm thinking I might try and animate it. So I think I might want to do the Mexican Rangers part that we did the other day.
Oh, badass. That's my favorite skit so far.
That shit had me cracking up the other day. I was randomly thinking, like, what colors you repping? Like, all of them. Like,
all of them the same.
That shit fucking had me dying. I was just laughing out of nowhere because it just came to me.
I want a shirt that has the Mexican Rangers on it.
They all just have bandanas instead of helmets.
You know what? I felt so angry because I was trying to talk with one of my friends today about it because I was also thinking about it. And I was just like, hey, the Power Rangers? And like, she was like, yeah. And then she's like Norwegian and what is it? I was just like, oh yeah, but instead of the Zoids, they would have lowriders. She's just like, what the fuck's a lowrider? I'm like, God damn it!
I
And I was just
just
like,
love it.
jeez,
I want to imagine
it
that,
sucks.
like, so like you know how like sometimes when the Zords like they pull up, how they're just driving over there, right?
Yeah.
Some of them fly. Like I was saying, like there'll be like the lowrider ones, but then one of them will be like the taco truck, like, and one of them would be the the fucking I don't know what you would call him other than the Mexican ice cream man that has the bicycle attached to it. Like,
Paleta. I don't know if you heard, but we were talking about this again, and it was just me, Aaron, and Fred, and it was like, yeah, they should have like a Chihuahua Zord, and like a whole bunch of other like Mexican animals.
it'd just be great, like the Mexican Rangers, like, all of them. I just love that shit.
Dude, that's like the best thing that we've come up with. But that's what I'm gonna try to do with the character. Whatever character that people choose, I'm gonna animate her so we can put her on the channel and whatnot, and she could be introduced. And I'll probably have her doing random crap and whatnot, so people have something to look at.
Hey, I'll make it easy for you. You can go ahead and get a head start and just draw the dark skin one.
Oh.
I mean, you're pretty much just waiting a week to get kicked in the balls. You might as well take the kick already.
Look, we're gonna find out. It's already.
Oh, we got a comment.
What?
Does the colors and shadings go better with the left?
What? They're autistic. Okay, leave them alone. Obviously,
I just like how Aaron is becoming an artist that hates his own creation.
I've always been an artist that hates my own creations. Technically, I don't give a shit. I hate all my artwork. I think they all look like shit after like 2 days.
I hate you.
I will tell that to my kids. Like, little shit.
I'd be a terrible dad because I just be the fuck you want food. Well, go get it.
Right? You fucking hungry?
I'm
Then eat
4.
something.
I'm like,
We're like goo goo gaga, motherfucker. I still can't even do anything.
like, hey man, survival of the fittest. All right, I'm gonna let God sort you out. If you can't survive, that's your fault.
If I'm being honest, like it's not even the skin tone; it's just the hair color.
Well, I guess in the lore we'll have her dye her hair. In the lore.
In the lore.
Another side note, John. I do you remember John, the lore wizard from Cow Chop?
Yes.
I want to do that shit. Like, just give everything lore for no reason. Like, it's the lore. Like, why does Kratos use an axe? Well, you see, he found that axe when he was at Home Depot with Atreus looking for lumber. That kind of shit. Just stupid ass lore. Let's make it happen.
Yeah. Oh, damn. It popped up real quick.
Yeah, 1,000 people.
What?
1,000. And then 169 votes.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah. That popped up like, holy fuck.
There's a lot of people up at 2 a.m.
Right? It was just at 700. It literally jumped up 300 people. More than 300.
Yeah, because John knows.
Yeah. 170.
I'm telling you, I feel like John's just secretly like this super like rich, successful person, but like he just plays it down.
John, why are you that guy? I feel like you're typecast now.
Like I feel like when he's with this podcast, like he just gets up, puts on his suit, and then he goes out into like downtown and does like gambling and shit. Like he's like fucking high stakes.
Like John, you were labeled as that guy. Just like very, very quiet and just like there's a story behind him. There's a fucking story somewhere. We don't know where the fuck it is, but this is a fucking story. Like, it's rumored that John does something or can do something or has this much power. That's why I came up with a fucking mafia story.
It's great.
Yeah.
John the Don
So,
Ledesma.
for the Mexican Rangers, who would be the villain?
I don't know. Gotta think about
I
it.
thought we said Border Patrol.
Border Patrol.
No, those are just like the basic bad guys, the ones that are like they're cannon
Yeah,
fodder.
like the ice or
The
the
putty.
putties.
That's all they are. That's Border Patrol.
I just want to imagine like just regular Border Patrol people, like nothing special, just the regular outfits, but they're doing the putty noises. Just running at them.
Nice.
Like every episode, we have to teach like a lesson, right? So, like, what was that shit I was saying? It's like, hey man, I got my girlfriend pregnant, Holmes. Like, those are the lessons.
Tell you about safe sex and shit.
Aren't you only in high school, man? Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's the second one. It's just like stupid ass shit. Like, hey man, Juanita got pregnant again. Are you kidding me, man? She's barely in 9th grade. What's she doing with a third kid? Like, what? But like, instead of fucking good PSAs, it's just like fucking shitty ones. Like, hey man, Carlitos needs to learn his limit about alcohol. Like, he took 3 tequila shots. He needs to stop at 2. Like, it's not to stop drinking. It's just to not drink a little bit less.
Just drink a little less than what you do before you pass the fuck out.
Yeah.
Hey, Juan lost his father, man. Oh, is he alright? Nah, man, he's cool. He didn't like his old man. He's a pinche pendejo. John, write this down.
Yeah. It's in the record.
Just like
It's in
put
the
it,
record.
put a timestamp. Timestamp it down.
And then one of these days, we'll cosplay as our OC convention. We'll know what the fuck we are. Then they'll ask, and then we can tell them.
Yeah.
And we'll have an archive videos to link them to on a YouTube playlist that they can watch. The Adventures of the Mexican Rangers.
Oh, John, I think I remember what you were saying about the whole the animals turning. Because you know how like in Mighty Morphin or whatever they're like turn into Toad, whatever the fuck.
Hmm?
The animals would be like turn into a pit bull, turn into a chihuahua.
God damn it. That's
Turn into a rattlesnake.
donkey.
Donkey.
Donkey. I just love that though, you know.
Yeah.
I love the stereotype that we have created as a group. It's
Dude, totally. Just because my one simple misunderstanding when y'all said Alien Rangers, I was like, what the fuck?
it's great.
It just blew my mind. I was like, Alien Rangers, like Border Patrol aliens, like those kind.
Hey man, I just want to imagine like the Red Rangers. You know, obviously like he's the leader, right? And he's going up to like the Border Patrol.
Oh, we got a comment.
Hey man, you better watch out. These fists are a team hospital. They got like teamwork tattooed on all their knuckles and shit because that's what the Rangers are all about.
Yeah, fucking.
Look at you.
Like on their abdomen, it's like family or something like that. Jesus Christ.
Pink Ranger's always pregnant.
Jesus Christ. She's like, she's already been pregnant twice and she hasn't had her fucking quinceañera yet. That's horrible.
Hey man. Well, one of them has to be named Paco. I don't know why. It just has to be. Paco.
Yeah, we can give them all Mexicanized names.
But who would be the Green Ranger? Like, what would be his gimmick? Because he would have to come in later and be a bad.
He has to be the bad guy.
He'd be the landscape guy.
He's the green card you'll never get.
Yeah.
I was thinking more like he's gonna be like a mariachi or something, but like sure we'll go with that. I was thinking that because if you remember when Tommy summons the dragon sword, he had to play the flute instead of the mariachi, be like ah!
Oh my god!
And
Jesus, no.
it just be a flying sombrero or something.
Yeah. Instead of like his golden like armor, it's just like a poncho.
I was thinking more like mariachi trims on their suits and all that.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say like, you know how like Rita makes Tommy the Green Ranger by burning the green candle or whatever.
Yeah.
Instead, it'd be like the candles that you see like with the Virgin Mary on them that you could get at HEB and shit. Candle they burn. Just because every fucking traditional Mexican household has like 5 of those fuckers.
Yeah.
And when he loses his power, he's like, "Hey man, this ain't cool. Let's do it."
Yeah.
I just want Mexican versions of everything now.
We'll make it happen.
Like I want a Mexican Indie Force.
I want a Mexican Teen Titans.
Hey, Holmes, I'm not gay or anything, but I want your body. Like Captain Guinea. Hey, I don't fuck with that Joto shit, man, but I like your body. I'm gonna take it. God damn.
He's like, what do you mean? I ain't fronting. I don't want to suck a dick, but I'll take one.
I don't even want to see. Like, I don't even want the Guinea Force to all be Mexican. I just want Captain Guinea to be Mexican. Like, just like that line. Hey, I don't fuck around with the Joto shit, but I want your body. I want to take it. God damn.
So bad.
Just stick a character like that into any show and it'll make it 5 times better.
I think it would be.
Stick it in Attack on Titan. Like, hey man, I got some flames on my maneuver gear. Check this shit out, Holmes. The Titans will never see me coming.
Just gotta write all these ideas down.
Instead of the knives, he has fucking shivs.
When he turns into a Titan, he just looks like Vicente Fernandez or something, like some Mexican with a fuzzy mustache. God damn. Hey Naruto, I'm gonna be the next Hokage, home. Don't even try it. I'll fuck you up.
They would treat it like gangs instead of the fucking.
Right? There's no villages, it's just all these gangs. It's like
behind their headbands are just like the floral prints.
God damn it.
Be like, I see you repping those colors over there.
Hey Raikage, what do you think you are flying around these parts? Like, hey Holmes, we don't fuck with that.
That would have been excellent in Avatar. That wasn't an anime, but oh god, it would have been excellent in Avatar.
God damn it!
Fuck you, Fire Nation.
I love it. Why isn't this a thing?
I don't know. It needs to be. We need to make it a thing.
Yeah.
We could record Rico riffing and then like animate that.
Only the Avatar could master all the elements, but when his children needed him the most, he vanished. Papi? Hey, go home.
No.
Just hear the sound of an engine starting.
Terrible.
Right? He crashes his lowrider into like the bottom of the ocean, and that's how he gets frozen for 100 years. He comes out. Did I avoid the child support? Like, I love it. Well, he is master of all things Mexican. God damn. We need to stop.
Goddamn Mexicans.
Goddamn Mexicans, like chicken germs. Chicken germs.
Oh, it'll be funny if they had a one in My Hero Academia.
What's your quirk? I don't know, man. Why are you asking me all this personal shit? I don't ask you what your shit is. Mind your own fucking business, whole. Like,
Just to catch these hands.
what's your quirk? Shut people like you who ask too many questions. That's my quirk, bitch. Ask another one.
See, that would be amazing. Animated.
God damn. We're gonna be quirk training. Why? Deku doesn't have to do any training. He's always on All Might's dick. Why do I gotta do training?
Why does Midoriya get to do shit?
Hey man, that's not cool. That crazy Hoto is always breaking his arms. I just want to see it though.
Well, I'll make it.
What's your quirk? Shutting people like you up who ask too many questions. You want me to
Answering stupid questions.
What would be his hero name? I don't know. Like, I just like that, but I don't know why. But like, no matter what, in my head, I see this character as just this super like young 20-year-old fucking cholo looking motherfucker with
shaved
like
head.
tats all over him. So I'm imagining him just sitting down in Deku's class with all these 15-year-olds, but he still looks like he's like 25. Like, hey man, when are we gonna learn how to be a hero? You know, I gotta pick up my daughter in a few hours, so I don't got all day.
Daycare.
Well, I think that's gonna be it for me. I gotta rest.
Nah, you don't need to do that.
So thanks for watching, guys. And thanks
24-hour
for
podcast.
got involved with our poll. So thanks everyone.
Thanks, everyone. We are over. I'm watching right now. It's at. Oh fuck! God damn! It was only a. Lord, our votes doubled. Jesus, we're at 200 votes now and 1,126 people.
Nice.
Jesus, thank you, everyone who's voting on that. That is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a proud parent getting to see like a daughter grow up. Except that daughter is going to be exploited and probably turned into something else.
Right. All right. Well, I'm gonna end it.
All right. Well,